Hello everyone, let me bring Chris online here. Alright. So, Chris, just so you know you're live. If you're kissing your cat.
Yay! Okay. Do that.
What's up everybody? Welcome to Team Juice Basement. It's been a hot minute since I've streamed. But with everything going on with WOSDEC and the plague thing, it felt kind of important to do so. So, I'm joined tonight by Chris Kamurai, who is I would say the community leader of like the Super Dungeon community, really, or moderator at best.
There we go. I don't know. Leader seems just like such a strong word. It's like I could actually organize these people to do anything.
Yeah. Listen, I can't organize to do anything either. I had two failed crowdfunds, so
yeah, but
I'm not doing much better. But thanks for joining me tonight, Chris.
Oh yeah.
Basically, miniature pre-order and everything's been going on. The rulebook is going to be hitting live because, hey, what's up, Earthos? Basically, everyone's been asking, like, what's in the book? You know, it's, you know, what can we expect? Because I keep talking about how it's like 200-something pages long. And I figured tonight, since it's going up for free, a PDF anyway, I'm not really spoiling anything by showing people the stuff tonight. And I figure it'll give people a really good opportunity to ask questions if they have questions about it, so they can see what's going on with it, how certain rules work. You're a really good Super Dungeon player, and you're a wealth of knowledge, so I figure you could ask questions people might have, or, you know, and I just enjoy your company and our banter, so we're just gonna rock with it.
Right on. I really appreciate the opportunity to come on with you. I think this is a fun time, just generally just mucking about with video.
No, listen, man, I'm super happy here. I love just shooting the shit with you in general, but to have you on here is fun, so I'm down. Plus, I figure you'll be like, but Drew, why did you do that? And like that'll remind me to talk about things.
I'd love to do that. I do have a range of questions. We didn't really talk about this beforehand.
That's okay.
Because I had planned to do kind of like an interview type section. And I don't know what you feel like doing or what your time frame is, but I'd like to kind of like catch people up first, and then kind of go into what's going on, and at the end we can talk about what's gonna happen.
Yeah, dude, I'm super down for whatever you want to do. But before we start, I just want to show people. Let me see, how do I lean here? So those two green beasts over there are currently printing the dragons. That's my new setup, so I can get all the minis getting produced fast. The two yellow things next to them over here, these are the curing stations where everything gets made solid, and back here the two cleaning baths that are filled with isopropylene alcohol. So yes, everyone, everything I said is true. It is happening. They're getting made. I'd show you my little mini warehouse I've made, but the basement over there is a mess. So, but
well,
yeah,
I mean, and we're not to spoil any answers later, but you're doing like a one-man production operation here, and I'm not in the resin game yet, and I feel like kind of rightly scared to start venturing that way.
Dude, it's miserable. If the ability to print minis the way you can on like the FDM printers, if you could do the same quality you get on a resin printer for like the real small miniatures, I'd be all about switching. I really would. This is just, it's messy, it's dirty, it's chemicals, it's a lot, it's a long process, it's a lot of cleaning. It's not the most fun, but the minis come out really clean. So,
yeah, and for everyone, it's winter here, so that basement is probably not well ventilated enough for Drew.
So, well, I'm gonna say the Elegoo Saturn 4. I'm not sponsored by Elegoo, but god damn it, I wish I was. I made the switch from Anycubic to Elegoo a few years ago, and then I got the Saturn 4, and I have to say the ventilation has been, it's not even close. It's the smell is almost non-existent. The fumes are almost non-existent, and what you can't super see is like right above there. I mean, that's my dryer vent right there. But like I have windows all around it, so, and this is far from anything that feeds the house, so like it's good, like it's a safe space. But no, I can crack a window, it doesn't bother me. Like there's minimal fumes out of the Saturn 4. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's a great machine. Elegoo, I'm not joking. Please sponsor me. I love your work.
Elegoo, sponsor Team Drew's Basement. Reach out to him, not me. Thank you. But
so you were just saying, did you want to like interview me first, or?
Well, yeah, I do kind of want to go through some interview questions.
Sure.
I just didn't know if you had anything you wanted to get out of the way first.
No, man, I got unlimited time tonight because it's a holiday tomorrow. So whatever you want to do, bro, I'm down.
And me too. So if we want to do something with the scroll along, I've got the time. And for anyone watching this, it's like I'm not a professional video person. I kind of tried once upon a time, and it never took off. And I'm okay with that. And we didn't talk about this enough beforehand. So, because we're both very busy people. Drew's doing all this stuff with WOSDEC. And at any given time, I'm trying to accomplish like 3 things. So.
Yep. And I got 2 kids, and you got all your shit going on with work, and
too many animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that cat was fine. She was trying to get away the whole time I was holding her, and so...
In case anyone was concerned.
Yeah, just to clarify that, because I had to let the joke sit first. I was trying to get this spreadsheet to sort, but it's fine. But Drew, just to start it all out, who do you think you are to be attempting this?
So, why I hate that question?
And for the record, it's a bad question. I specifically asked it because it's funny.
It's not a bad question because I don't. For those who haven't been following everything closely, oh my god, why is this so freaking loud in my headphones? Is the music
me
really
being loud or you?
No, is the music loud for everybody or is it just me?
Oh, I can't hear the music. Just so you know.
Oh, I know you wouldn't be able to. It would be on the output, but I'm gonna lower it even more.
Yeah, go ahead and fix that, and then.
Yeah, no, we're
tell
good.
us who you are.
So I'm just some schmuck who got lucky and pissed off people, I think is what happened. But for those who aren't following, actually the reason why that question is funny to me is because one of the absolute rage baiters freaked out and said, of all the people here, why are you the one that they can get in contact with and not us? Are you really John Stark, and are you really Deke in disguise? And I'm like, it's a convincing disguise if it is, because it's very real. But no, I mean, I'm nobody. I've been a DM obviously 29 years and whatever. I've been a nerd my whole life with the gaming, but for those who don't know the story, I'll nutshell it. My dad had prostate cancer. He always loved Super Dungeon. When Legends was announced, I started doing my own version of Legends, because Legends, there were no rules yet, there was no testing, so I just ran with it. And what wound up happening was, when my dad got prostate cancer, we wound up playing it very regularly, and I kept building the rule set to make, to keep his spirits up, because he loved playing the game so much. And I said, what's the best way to thank my player group for doing this? Like, just a cheeky way, like, just a fun way. So you know what? For all the stuff I've written, I'm going to have minis commissioned, and I'm just going to use them. And I'll make all my friends heroes in the game. I'll make the big bad in the game a mini, and, whatever. It'll just be a fun little thing, like, for us in the basement, just... Thanks for like standing by my dad and keeping his spirits up and everything, because like my dad smiles from ear to ear every time we play this game until his dice start going bad. Then he's a grump. And
he was a very nice man when I met him. It was brief, but he was very nice.
No, my dad's the best. But I'm just but if he's watching, I just want to bust his balls, because when dice start going south, it ruins his whole night. I
get that.
So like I said, as a way to thank him, I did that, and I got the first version of Celeste done, which is actually now has become the Plague Daughters. And I posted it online, and I was like, hey guys, check this out, like I'm using it for Super Dungeon and blah blah blah. And all of a sudden I get a message from I don't know who it was exactly. I think it was Deke Stella. It was like, hey bro, we should really have a conversation. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how did that feel at the time? I'm imagining worrisome.
So it was a mixture, because I actually replay the whole conversation I had myself for you right now. I was like, huh, he wants to talk. Wait, no, I didn't fucking sell this. They got nothing on me. They can't sue me. I didn't do anything. I'm not distributing this. This is from my group. It's in my basement. I'm just sharing pictures of it. I just started freaking out, like, fuck this guy. But then we wound up. Sorry for language if anyone's offended. But I wound up having a meeting with him and John about it, and it was the complete opposite of what I expected. Apparently, they had been watching everything I was doing from, like, back when Soda Pop had the forums, and I was doing, like, community quests, like, to affect the world that I was running, where I think, oh my god, Phil and Jenna over in Australia were doing the quest and, like, contributing to, like, my group in New York. Like, it was really cool. And they were like, oh, no, dude, we really dig it. Like, what do you do with all this? Tell us all about it. And I basically started sharing my screen and showing them all the stuff I had created for it, like my stupid Excel sheets, just like little things that I had been working on. And then I showed them the mini and everything, and they were like, dude, that's super cool. Like, what do you want to do with this? I was like, honestly, I'm doing it for the basement. But if I can, sell it and get it out to people, I'm like, that'd be really cool too. And I mean, again, to oversimplify it, they're like, okay, word, do it. And I was like, oh shit.
Wait, so and so this is kind of in the win of it all, but that was in like 2015. You actually had that conversation?
No, absolutely not. I had that conversation.
Oh, okay.
What was it, 26? I think 23. We had the conversation, or
so,
24.
Okay, just a couple years ago. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So apparently they have been watching since like the whole Legends was like launching and everything. I was doing my thing on the forums. They've been watching there. They watched on Instagram and Facebook and stuff where I was sharing stuff. And I know Conrad was watching me since that point too, because he liked what I was doing. But we had the conversation. They were basically like, "Yeah, bro, rock and roll. Hope you enjoy it."
Yeah, Conrad was nice enough when I talked to him. So
yeah,
good to hear that he was part of that story. And it's nice that they reach. It's even when like you're dealing with like the horrible things that our community has been through, like with this game.
Yeah,
it's good to know that there's nice aspects of things. So just remember that like they're people. We can still be mad, but they're people too.
Well, that's the thing. Like, and that's kind of how I feel about it now. And I've said it in the forums a few times. Like, I'm still mad at the situation of the way, and I don't want to dwell on this, obviously.
No, yeah.
But just to, like, I'm mad at the situation. I'm mad that like I didn't get what I wanted with the Kickstarter and everything. But I think I said to you the other day, it's been, what is it, like 10 years at this point?
Yeah.
I've financially recovered from the few $100s that I invested in. It's a learning lesson about Kickstarters and crowdfunds, but I'm not mad at the people, and especially after talking to them, because I've had in-depth conversations with, well, not super in-depth, but in-depth enough to know that like nothing was done on purpose, and I can't speak to any details because I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say, so I'm just gonna keep it generic. But yeah, I don't want to get sued or lose the opportunity to do this, but I don't think either one of them is really a bad dude. I think they just it was just a series of unfortunate events that kind of made it land where it landed. So yeah, I'm not mad at them.
Yeah, and, well, of course not, because you're getting to do this, and that's kind of my point. Is like even throughout all the bad and like however angry people may be at them, they have to realize that there's a separation. Like the only thing that ties you to them, which I think is just Soda Pop Miniatures at this point, because Ninja Division dissolved.
Right.
Is that OGL contract between Soda Pop Miniatures and Team Drew Basement LLC, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I have it. I wanted to get it framed as like a joke, but I decided not to because it's all legalese. But yeah, that's really the extent of their involvement, and them basically just not poo-pooing on anything I'm doing with the game. I've shared a bunch because Deeks and I'm not gonna say where he is now because I don't know if it's supposed to be public knowledge, but.
Don't disclose things. Yeah.
No, exactly. But he moved to a different place, I'll just say. So he's been busy and like meeting up with him. He's in like a different time zone now, so like it's tough to lock him down. So I've just been sharing a lot of stuff with John because John's still like our time zone, and John's been like, dude, this is super cool. Like I'm super excited. Like he's been really receptive to it. So they just want to make sure that I'm not basically taking this opportunity to shit on their IP. And to be honest, it was never the goal anyway. But was never the goal anyway. But they were super nice about it. We've had some hiccups, but they as people have been nice about it, and it's worked out pretty well. So
yeah, and part of the point is nothing goes perfectly. We were the hard time you and I had just getting this stream to work.
Yeah,
the proof that like Murphy's Law, things happen, and. You're a one-man operation essentially. Like I help like out, but like I don't do anything for the campaign. I essentially nag you about different things.
Yeah,
and
basically.
then I do social media stuff and I help with a website or two.
Yeah, no, listen, dude, you're and I've said it to you via text message and stuff, but now that I have you in person, I'm gonna look you dead in your eyes and say, I appreciate you very much for all that you've done for me. I know it's all like little stuff is what you're saying, but it seriously helps me out, bro. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
And no worries. I'm happy to do it. I really have been invested in trying to see this get to the finish line. And like, I appreciate you for all the hard work you're putting in. I get like, I'm not getting anything out of it other than a product, just like I would anywhere else. But it's a product I wouldn't have if you didn't care so damn much.
I think it might be my tism that I just can't let it go. That's my spectrum.
And I can relate to that a little bit, I'm sure. But
yeah, it's a weird thing, but it's good.
Okay, so let's just a quick review on like kind of what I ticked off here. So real quick, because we've kind of covered that, your like how and why and when this all kind of started.
Yeah.
What in your quickest elevator pitch thing? What is WOSDEC? What is Plague Throne? However you want to refer to it, because I know. I think you and I disagree a little bit on how to refer to it, but
yeah. So yeah. I basically at this point call it WOSDEC : the Plague Throne, because this is the Plague Throne book for the WOSDEC rule set. So WOSDEC is the rule set that lets you level your characters, craft, town stay, blah 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 blah. Like it's the WOSDEC is the core rules. Now the Plague Throne is all the extra stuff, like the narrative dungeons, the raids. And because it's the first book, it's all kind of interwoven in there. So, like, it talks about the raids, and then it'll set you up with the raids after that. So, like, it's all kind of streamlined as to, like, if I start playing it now at level 1, the WOSDEC rules will walk me through how to get to level 10. And then once I get to level 10, I can read the raid rules, and then that sets me up to go right into the raids. So, like, I would say WOSDEC and the Plague Throne are two separate entities in the same book. WOSDEC, again, is the core rules. Plague Throne is the stuff specific to this story arc.
Yeah, and that's how I view it too. And in my brain, because like maybe call a bit of the tism if you want, but like the rule book should be a rule book, the storybook should be a storybook. But especially with everything you've gone through, it can be one book, it can be whatever. Because right now it's like 4 books, but it has to kind of be that way in order to get it over the finish line. Yeah. Yeah. And so I get that. Maybe once this is all out and done, I'll rip it apart and I'll pitch you a couple ideas on how the pieces fit together. But we can get to that 6 months from now.
Oh, bro, there's so many ways to dissect and break down this book. Like, I've looked at it and it's been like, yeah, you could have like all these like separated, but again, to get this out in one shot and just have this done, and then if I'm fortunate enough that I can do more and expand on it, those books will be a little more, not that this is disorganized, but more organized as to how I release it.
Well, I would say they're probably going to be more streamlined because I'm just going to make something up because I don't want to reveal anything you've told me about. So if the next one is the Porcelain Throne, then that's going to be all Porcelain Throne themed.
Right.
And so the great Golgotha shit monster or whatever is going to be like the big boss. Then that's all. It's all going to be a story centered towards that. And you don't have the rules in there because they're already be established in the Plague Throne.
Right, exactly. The only thing, so now, like, if I go to the Porcelain Throne, which I can't believe you revealed my biggest secret, is like, so now when the next book would have like, let's say we up the level cap to 15, it'll say here's the experience you need to upgrade, here's new crafting recipes. It'll be all stuff like, so it's basically like going from vanilla WoW to the Burning Crusade. Like everything from vanilla WoW is there and whatever. But here's the stuff in the Burning Crusade that you can now do. Here's some new heroes. Here's some new spawning points. Here's the new raids. Here's everything. But it's going to be dedicated to that book. So now, as it expands, like you have your WOSDEC core book in the Plague Throne, and then when you want to do that other stuff for the quote-unquote expansion, you can just pull the Porcelain Throne book. And just shit everywhere.
Oh man. Okay. So that kind of like wraps us up to the present, I think. And so for the people, and maybe we'll throw a timestamp or something later, that are looking for like this to support you. What is currently available to pre-order?
So I believe it's teamdrewsbasement.com. Thank you again for your help with linking that. Basically, the entire miniature line is up for pre-order. And the hardcover book is up for pre-order. There's 2 major things to know about that, though. The book is on pre-order only until February 6th, because February 7th I'm going to submit the order to get X amount of books printed, because it needs to arrive before Long Island Tabletop, which is in March, the first week of March. So they say it's 10 days production time. I just don't even want to take any risks. I want to give them 2-3 weeks to...
double it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let me just get it. And then, so you have the book, the miniatures are on pre-order. I have some placeholders there, but there's also going to be a couple of download sections. One for the new Mighty Monster charts, which are just basically the reinvented old ones. Like, they just make more sense and they're cleaner based on like what they were doing later after the initial test. So like, so if you got the Horfang expansion, you got a whole new Mighty Monster chart that was arcade.
Yeah.
So basically, and it fixed a lot of the issues with the original one. So these just basically are more generic versions of that, based on the sizes of the hero party.
Oh, and just remembering, is this based off the big Matt version that we saw at Lit?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. So the big Matt version that you saw was the 5 to 8 hero one.
Okay.
So
so it is horizontal, just so even like on the paper.
Yeah. I mean, it's downloadable on the paper. I just printed it ultra big just so people could like walk by and see it. And
okay.
I don't need my peepers for it.
Yeah.
But
so, and then when you said the original ones, did you mean the 2.0 downloadable ones?
Yes.
Or did you mean okay? Because there was a more generic one for Explore that came out. That's right, with Devil's Island.
Right.
If I remember right, but no arcade.
No, not for Devil's Island.
Yeah. So, but that just so
Not for
people
arcade.
listening, the community did put together one for arcade.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know like for sure because I'm not a big arcade player like that, like how good it is.
Right.
So it exists, and that's good for you guys that you have it. But by all means, find it, use it, review it, spit information back so we can make updates.
Yeah, and just so people know, and make them fully aware, these Mighty Monster charts, these tiles, these tokens. Well, the tokens actually have some key ones that you want to use for this version of the game, because we'll get to it later in the book. But there's raids where you fight 3 bosses at the same time, so each one has their own dedicated wrath color that it explains in the raid. Which again, I'll show you all when we get there. So I have those for download. I have the Toons tokens for download because of his ability where he gets to collect souls. And then the Mighty Monster charts, you don't have to use them. They're there for people who don't have them and need one. And
right.
It's the one that me and my group use to keep it like just... It's what we like. It's what we've play tested, so we just use it. It's a lot of fun. Not saying it's better than anything. Just use whatever one you have, whatever one's available to you, whatever one... It doesn't matter. And then I will have 2 sets of tiles, which I am talking to Motlin about possibly having him get them printed as well.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I owe him. Thank you for reminding me. I owe him some information.
Yeah. So basically, I went deep in the Mistborn on one set of tiles, 5 tiles that go deep into like the Mistborn Ziggurat style, and like, you know, I really went with like the troll theme that they ran with, which to me. Not that it is a ripoff, but it's really like it's World of Warcraft troll adjacent, like with like Zul'Farrak and everything. So I kind of ran with that.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like
I would say
it's jungle based and then ends with like a temple style.
Okay. In my head, when I see them, I think Lord of the Rings. Like you remember the old cartoon movie?
Yeah.
That's the trolls that I relate these Super Dungeon trolls to for some reason.
Oh,
I get that it's not.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I associate them with the World of Warcraft one, so it is what it is. No one's right or wrong.
I've got an axe for you.
Yeah. So then I've got and then the other ones I got 5 snow tiles where you actually start in the snow and enter a snow covered like keep. So those will be there too for people that need them. You can use it. The whole thing with this book, and I say it multiple times in the book, is if you don't have something or you don't want to use something, like you prefer these tiles over that tile, or you don't have those tiles, use whatever you have, whatever you want. I designed this book to be pretty modular like that. Like you can just swap things out if you really want to. And I realize not everyone's going to own everything, especially with the state of the game. So like, here, take it, play. Like, you don't have the Grabby House spawning point, no problem. You got the Shallow Grave, perfect. Swap it out. You know, like to keep it thematic. You don't have either of those, okay, cool. Then go with the Kobold, go with the Warrens. Like it, you know, use whatever you got. This just makes it more thematic if you follow it.
Yeah, and it's and so that kind of gets into what my next question is going to be is like, what do we actually still need to play WOSDEC? Because obviously you weren't able to do warbands, and there's like models for like conquest stuff in there, but those aren't really available anymore.
So what you need for WOSDEC is just really, I think that if you got the Forgotten King box, which you can find on eBay at decent pricing, like $50. As a matter of fact, I just picked up another one for
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because with all the alternate cards that you can download with the fire bunnies and like the shadow bunnies, whatever. I picked up another box. It was $50. I got the entire Forgotten King game in the box, like brand new, and then it also came with the Von Drack expansion. So now I got a whole nother set of undead. So I would say if you buy Forgotten King, or even no, I'd say Forgotten King is probably the best place to go. If you can grab Devil's Island, solid.
Oh, that's a golden find right there, though.
Yeah, it's tough, but I would say Forgotten King puts you in a good starting place. And then what I would recommend doing, if you can, is download all the 2.0 stuff.
Yeah, and if you could come find us, we've got a Grand Consoles guide to get you there from FK to 2.0, but not trying to show my own stuff too much.
No, link it in the chat. Link the directory in the chat for people.
I'll find it in a second here.
Yeah, no rush. Just at some point.
Sorry. My point is that you want to be playing with the most current possible stuff. 2.0 does a lot of streamlining. As a fan of FK, it hurts my heart a little bit. But most people tend to like 2.0 better. So I'd love for people to get caught up.
Arcade 2.0 is tremendously better. You know what it does? It removes the swing. It removes that swing where you're just like, you're doing great in the dungeon, and all of a sudden you just get destroyed because you drew a crap card at the wrong time. Like, Arcade 2.0 is like you're playing the game, and it feels more, again, I'm gonna reference this a lot, but it feels more World of Warcrafty, where like you're going into the dungeon. You may not know what the dungeon's gonna be or exactly how. Actually, no. Let's compare more to Diablo. You're not gonna know what's in the dungeon, but you know generally what to expect and how the game plays. What the way Forgotten King was with the arcade version was you go into the dungeon and everything was a crapshoot. Like, there was no consistency to it. So it was hard to gear, it was hard to figure things out. All of a sudden, 3 turns in a row, you got attack times 2, massive damage, and you're just like, well, we just die then. Great. So I like 2.0 a lot better with the Mighty Monster chart and then the plots and challenges, which I'll get to as I show the book. Something for people to know, I have updated all the 2.0 stuff in here too. So you have the plots, you have the challenge, you have the boss challenge, it's all in here. And I'm not going to lie, I removed a couple of the ones that I really didn't like. Like,
okay.
Pillow Fight is the worst challenge in the world. For the turn, you just can't do damage.
Oh yeah, that's not super fun.
And for me, I was like, it's happened to my group enough times. They're like, this isn't even funny. Arthos, thank you, brother.
Sounds like the best.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, and that's so. I like to be able to play the game. Like, that's the thing. So the game should make it harder, but not break your finger. You know.
Right, and so actually, you know what? If you want, we'll start getting into the book because I can show some stuff with that.
I got a couple more questions, and then like I one of my questions is, what's in the book, Drew? So
rules and pictures and things.
Yeah, and so I'm probably gonna like take the foot off the gas, let you drive here in a minute. I have a couple bad questions for questions you may not like as much.
Do it.
Easy thing. Is this 3rd edition or a spiritual successor? It's an add-on, but please elaborate for a second.
So, 2.0 arcade rules is the core. This just adds on to it, and this doesn't change how you play the game. It gives you optional ways to change how you play the game, so to speak. So, like, for instance, one of the optional rules that I have, it's one of the things I was just going to show, is for the purpose of the game and streamlining the game and the way it's balanced in this book, don't bring the fluffy pets. It's going to bog down your game, especially when you get to the 10-man raids, because now if everybody brings a pet that's 20 models on the board, it's garbage at that point. It really is. It ruins this game. And I'm going to be honest, those pets they weren't my favorite in that game either. They didn't serve much of a purpose. But paired pets, like for instance, Oborn Chompers, or Toons can summon his Grave Golem, on the back of those cards, it shows you how they level. So when Toons reaches level 9, and we'll get to that when we get to the character section, it'll show, like, these guys get these cumulative bonuses based on the level of the hero that's wielding them. So if Toons is level 9, Now the Grave Golem has +2 white stars to all stats and a green dice to all stats. So as you're fighting like those higher level enemies, they're still viable. The old ones don't do that, like because they're stuck with their static attributes.
Okay. So you're mentioning not playing with pets because there's too much stuff on the board. Like, I mean, can I play this by myself? With how many people? A classroom of people? What's it designed for?
So that's a great question. Dude, you have great questions. So you can play this by yourself. Actually, there's a solo rule entry here that gives you, I think, 2 different ways to play it. One is the solo, I don't want to go crazy, I don't have that much time, I just want to play it by myself when I get the chance. I'm going to start my own 10-man guild and just play through. There's another one called the true solo experience, where you're running all the guilds, and you're going to have multiple guilds that fill multiple characters, and you might wind up wielding, you might have 40 characters in your guild roster at that point. But that is designed for people who, like, don't mind the note keeping, don't mind organizing stuff. Like, if you, like, really want to do this as if you were playing with a bunch of people, you could. Or you could do what I do, which is I have my core group that I play with. And, that's just, there we are. We play the same group every few weeks. And then it's also designed that you could actually, if you had a local game store where 30 people all want to play this, you could say, all right, this is going to be our world, and we're going to keep track of everything, and everyone just quests and does everything in it. And you can, so now, Chris, like, let's say you're in one group mainly, I'm in the other group mainly, but then on a Saturday night, I'm like, hey, guys, I ain't got nothing to do, and I'm going to go down to the game store. You call up Drakey, I call up Motlin, he calls up his friends, and we all meet down at, the local game store, and we all bring our character charters, and now, like, okay, what do you got? Oh, I got 2 level 3s and a level 2. Oh, I got a level 3. I got a level 3. All right, we're all going level 3. Let's play a dungeon, And it still counts towards your guys' like credit. So like, it's designed to be as social as it is to be. If you want to do it by yourself, you could. I do it by myself, and I think it's fun. But I also don't mind controlling like 5-6 characters at a time. I don't mind running the multiple guilds if I want to. Like, because if I'm playing it by myself, I want to do a campaign. For people who just want to play, it's not as exciting as playing with other people, but it is doable.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm with you because I'm a console player and like a DM sometimes, and you're a forever DM.
Yeah.
We're used to managing that level of stuff. I actually get a little frustrated on the player side because my instinct is to try to take over all like squads of things.
Mm-hmm. As they say, Yas Queen, Yas.
Yeah, it's still good. but with that in mind, like who are the people that are riding this train with you? Like you have gotten some support. You're not lonely in this. There's not. I mean, because if there wasn't enough people encouraging you, I think you would have quit a while
ago. To be honest, the Discord community has actually been really great about everything. The Facebook community is disgusting. I can't stay there. Only because the Facebook community, I mean, I have a guy who straight up was like, I'll never back this game because you don't want me as your editor. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, that's
very personal. If you came from Facebook to see us, thank you.
Yes.
But that guy, let's be real.
No. So here's the thing. Facebook was really, I feel, it's just people, there's equal people there who want the game to be, and I'm not talking about my game in general, Super Dungeon. They want it to be a success. They want it to come back. They want to play the game. They want to use their collections. Super happy people. There's another small dark corner of that community that just the only reason they're there is to stick their heads out, throw up on everybody, and go back into the closet. And you're like, what just happened? Why am I covered in throw up? This is disgusting. But I find the Discord community overall is actually really fantastic because it's people who want to be there.
Yeah. And I try to encourage people to go to like one place to be negative, and like and most of the time if somebody needs to be negative, they're negative and then it's done. Like It's not let's set fire to a house. It's like that's not the right country. Stop.
Yeah. So I mean, in terms of who, I mean, my core group is still my core group. They want to see it come to success. They've been cheering me on and playing with me and having fun, but I'll tell you, it's crazy. There's people from literally all over the world who I've shipped to now who want to see this succeed. And I've gotten some feedback, and the feedback's, for the most part, has been really good with the minis. I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, shipping I don't get it. Like, I pack the shit out of these, and sometimes things still come with like the axe heads broken off, and and shout out to Imriel or Imriel. I don't know how to say it, but Jeff. Yeah, Jeff showed me all the pictures of it. He's like, yeah, it's broken. He goes, but it's all pinnable. Like, don't worry. Like, you're good. Like, don't worry about it. I'm like, no, dude. I go, dude. I'm like, if nothing is fixable, I'm like, let me know, and I'll ship you stuff out. Like, and he's like, no, it's all good. He's like, he goes, there was one spot that like it broke. He goes, and I glued it. He goes, you can't even tell. So like, it's good.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, if you you try to make a thing happen and it doesn't happen, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But we are a community that's all over the world. We're very small. Some of us are very active and some aren't, and that's okay. We love all of you. Just thank you for showing up and doing what you can and playing and talking to us. But again, worldwide. So all the way to Australia even, these shipping things have to be like a problem, and there's just reality as a solution, right?
Dude, the way I pack Celeste now is she has a packing peanut squished between her legs, one wrapped around the axe. Then I have bubble wrap around her, and I have her in her own separate box. And somehow still the head of the axe broke off. And it's like, I mean, listen, I got Super Dungeon minis that came broken and shit, and I fixed them, and like, it didn't bother me. But because I'm sending this out to people, I'm like, oh no, this is the worst thing ever. I'm a shitty human being. And it's like, it's not that at all, dude. Chill out. Like, everybody's okay. Everybody's like, no, it happens. You're fine. I'm like, but it's me and I made this. Now I'm the worst.
Yeah, that's just called having a conscience.
Yeah.
You just have to find a way past it. Don't ignore it entirely.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you just can't do anything about it. The past is the past. We can only work forward.
Well, he brought up a concern about the dragon base.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it seems like it's gonna be top heavy, and it's gonna tip over and whatever. I'm like, oh no, I'm like, I got mine going. He works pretty good, and blah blah. And we're talking about it, and then he goes, yeah, but if you're doing it like on like 3D terrain, I said, whoa. I said, you have 100% valid point on that. I said,
yeah,
I was looking at this Super Dungeon style, like I was like, you are legit, and no, I did not even. I'm like, I've been a war gamer as long as I've been a D&D player, and I didn't even think to consider that people might use this for something else. But,
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Especially like Kings of War, great game if you haven't played. Where you can literally proxy anything for your army. And like, I never would have thought that somebody would use my dragon maybe in something like that. So I was like, I was
honestly considering getting a third dragon for somebody else.
I'm not gonna lie.
Super Dungeon.
You can, if you want. I won't stop you.
I'm considering it, but I just don't know how it would be received. Like, because if he gets that big dragon and it goes, it's like, well, why'd I bother?
Bro. Yes, very much that.
But now that we're shipping stuff all over the place and you're communicating with people, are you shipping cards as well, SD cards?
Nope.
But there are SD cards that exist. They are
in the book.
There you go.
Actually, let's see if I can. There you go. There's an example. So we'll cover this later, exactly what this is. But the way I've designed them is they can actually, if you screenshot or like use the snipping tool to take this out of the PDF that's going to be free for download. You drop this into makeplayingcards.com. I mean, whatever place you want to do. I just use their format because I've used their stuff for my card printing before, and it comes phenomenal. So I'm just going to, I just did it based on their dimensions. But you can literally use the snipping tool, drop this in there, and have it printed. And you don't have to make any adjustments. It's 300 DPI, good to go.
And I understand that that's specifically how it's designed to be, and that we're going to see that here in a moment. Well, let's not do instructions.
No.
No.
Listen, it's designed that you do the snipping tool, you drop it in, and it works. I'm not responsible for your results. You have to, like, I'm well versed in Adobe Illustrator and stuff like that. So I know how to drop it in and make sure it's the right resolution, right DPI. Some people are going, what is DPI? Like, this might not be for you. You might be better off talking to somebody else.
DPI is a nightmare, and I'll tell you that. Because I am not good at those things. But I know what DPI is, and I've gone through enough that I know how to do the stuff that he's talking about. And let us do it. If someone else is going to do it, let them do it. And then feed off that. Like, well, I'm just being honest with you.
Also, I have a test deck coming that covers a majority of things in this book. Almost everything. That is big poker sized. I have some small cards in here too that I have to adjust and I'll fix to go with theirs as well. When
No
that
baby cards.
when that arrives, what I want to try and do is either make. I don't know if I can share the project that other people can download it, or if not, I can be like, hey, here's what it is. Like, you can. Actually, I think I might be able to share projects so people can print them. In which case, be my guest. Do you think?
Yeah, I did something different. I ended up making like essentially zip files for people.
Yeah.
Try to make the process easier because
That's
if you're
not
gonna
bad.
go and do things on your own, anything that makes the process easier for multiple people to do
It's
that.
not a bad idea to do that. Actually, I'll look into that.
Yeah, we can talk more about
Yeah.
the details on that later. I have one more question that I know you're not gonna like before we get into all the stuff you love so much. Are there STL files?
Nope. Well,
Okay.
I mean, yes, but not for you.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a good answer as far as I'm concerned. I get it. I don't know if you want to elaborate. You don't have to. And I honestly recommend you don't. But there's so much stuff going on here that eventually you have the opportunity to buy these great models, especially that dragon. Like I bought two. Like
Thank you.
I bought one. You sent me the other one. Sorry, I bought one even though you gave me one free. That's what I'm saying. That's how good I think that dragon is. And like that alone made like the thing right because that was Horfang was $100 dragon, more than $100 dragon.
Horfang was $120.
Whoa, yeah. And this one is bigger and better and more details.
And it's 75.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting a deal. So go buy a dragon today. TeamDrewsBasement.com.
I would love it. Thank you. Thank you for the plug. I did not actually pay you to say.
No, I and that's the whole reason I'm here at all is because I honestly believe in this product. I'm a big fan, and like I do dumb stuff like that all the time just because I can. It doesn't cost a lot of extra effort, but it's good to remind people that like something easy like that, you can go do a thing. And if nothing else, when the PDF comes out for free, go look into it and then find out then whether or not it's something that you want people. With all that said, I'd love for you to just kind of go through what you want to show in the book because that's my big question is what's in the book.
So now I'm going to take everyone through everything so they can finally see. Because I've shared like little snippets of stuff, but like now it's coming out for free as a PDF. I don't care anymore. I'm going to show everybody basically what's going on. Nice green inside.
And I'm going to encourage people, don't bother trying to get blurry screenshots. Just wait for the PDF to come out. It's not a secret or schematic.
But the book really can't. This camera's not doing it justice. The book came out really, really nice. So over here's just a simple letter, said thanking the community and telling them like, hey, thanks for everything. This is a table of contents that has already caused quite the stir because it's not set up for PDF. It's set up for if you actually printed the book. So there is a discrepancy between page numbers for the PDF and the physical book.
I think I was the only one who had that issue. And...
You were not.
Oh, I was not. Okay.
You were not. People are like, oh, have you thought about that? I'm like, stop. I'm old. I want the physical book. That's what this is designed around. I'm not doing it. So, I mean, I'm just going to walk you through basically. This is the prologue. It basically tells the story of how Celeste became Celeste. And then it actually covers Celeste and who she is and everything going on. Let's see, I forget. So this is Celeste's story, how she gets defeated, and where she is now, and how she came back. Cute little cheeky thing. That's all. All right. So on this page here, this is where we actually start. So this is what starts the WOSDEC rules, the Chapter 1 rules and notes. There's a few things that we just recommend. These are modifications to the existing rules. Again, it's all based on arcade. It's honoring the system. We're not changing anything in terms of actual basic gameplay. But pets, unless they're a bound pet like Oborn Chompers or the Freyan Beastmaster, things like that where they specifically have abilities that work with a pet, don't bring them. It just bogs down the game. Last Hero Standing is a big one. This is something that is very necessary in this expansion. Basically, in arcade, when you use the last princess coin, you lose the game. You use princess coins to resurrect. In this one, After you use the last princess coin, game's not over. You keep going till the last character dies. So there has been times where we are all screaming at one guy to make a good dice roll to kill the boss because he's all that's left, and if the boss gets another activation, he's dead. So like, it creates some really fun moments. Secret passages we've just nixed, and that's a personal recommendation. It puts the game on easy mode depending how your dungeon's set up. So if you got a Von Drac tile where on tile 1 you got this, and then you have a passage on it, and then there's a passage on tile 4, all of a sudden you're on tile 4 and you're winning the game in like no time. It's not exciting. So we play those as open squares, and then we have Princess Coin Armor Bonus. Does not exist. It's garbage. It's garbage. If you die and resurrect using Princess Coin and you have an ability that gets empowered by Princess Coins on you, you keep it. But that static +1 white armor buff, garbage. Done. Not using it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But here's the other thing. All these recommendations are optional. Do whatever you want. It's your game. Play it however you want. This is what we do, and this is how it helps balance the game and puts real threat into the game. If you want like an easier version of the game, leave this stuff in. It doesn't bother me at all. It's how you want to play. As a matter of fact, I flipped out the other day because someone was complaining about how am I supposed to do raids? I only get to play once every few weeks. This game is bullshit. I'm not a hardcore player like you. And I'm like, dude, it's a tabletop game. It's paper and pencil. You can literally jump all your guys to level town, give them all the best raid gear, and go through the raids like it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, and no one's gonna come arrest you. Like no one, the nerd police aren't coming for you. No one cares. You don't have to tell anybody if you're that nervous. Just do it.
Well, that's the thing is like there are a lot of rules lawyers out there, and you play wargaming stuff.
Oh
so
my God, yes.
You've met quite a few of them. I get that you're not one of them, but that is a good perspective. That like this is written with the idea in mind to have a challenge to it. This is definitely not an easy mode setting, but you can do several things or one thing or however many you're comfortable with to make it as easy for you as you feel you need to.
Right. And again, this is at its opening, it's the same game. Nothing's really different. Like it's like playing any other, like if you do a dungeon, great. You're doing it like you would anyway, right out of the gate. Because everyone's level 1, nothing's different. You're rocking and rolling. I think even at level 2, nothing's really that different. So like, you're good. So over here is heroes. It's not a long chapter either, but it basically tells you how to choose a hero. Basically saying like, if you're playing with a group, put some thought into who you're picking. Because like, my group, I always pick like a tanky character. My dad likes a nice range character. Adam likes a casting character. Like, we have a pretty well-balanced group. And some of us were like professional raiders in World of Warcraft. So like, we always have like party balance in mind when we're making our party. So like, I know everyone knows I love a sword and board hero, hence Truthalion.
Yeah, and just for newer players that are interested in wondering what are we talking about, there's basically 4 stats in Super Dungeon. One of them's armor, which is the typical defense.
Yep.
Just mix up the other 3. Like if you're
Strength, dex,
confused
will.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So so we have like people that support whatever. So this just tells you like, here's how you do it. Has you earn extra guys, leveling your character, like what you get for clearing a standard dungeon. This shows you the experience required to. Let me move my mic so I can slide this over. This just shows you experience for leveling, what it unlocks when you reach a certain level, what a chibi bound item is, which is a new feature to the game, which is when you're. I'll explain that later. Actually, no, I'll explain it now. Why not? So chibi bound items, when you reach higher levels. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me restart that. So when you complete a dungeon in this, obviously because you draw your loot and treasure from decks through the dungeon and the game, you're gonna want to put them back. You can't hold on to them. So what happens at the end of every dungeon is you dispel them, and you get crystals based on that. Whether it's a treasure, whether it's a loot item, gives you a certain amount of gems. Chibi bound items allow you to take that item and leave it equipped and still get credit for the crystals. So it's really higher end, high level, like level 7 through 10 is really where you start to really use chibi bound items. This right here is the character sheet. It's pretty straightforward. I'll show you it here. I actually have a pad of them where I can just rip them off and use them. You can do the same if you want. It's actually relatively cheap to do it. Because you are going to increase stats, health, potions, crafting specialties are all going to come into play. This just breaks it all down and tells you what's what, and that's it. So now, the town visit. This is where the game starts to get a little different. So after you do your first dungeon, you can go back to town. In town, you can craft, you can obtain quests, you can do festivals and world events. You can, if you lost a dungeon, your heroes go back. There's failure results that allow you to restore your hero and stuff in town. And again, if you don't like the town stay idea, you don't have to use it. But it does add a lot of cool stuff. So this is the town map that'll also be available for download if you want to actually print out and use it. It's 24 by 24. It breaks down what everything is, what you do at each location, like little descriptions. And then once you get to chapter 4, it starts to break things down, which is the guild system. You can level your guild. As you level the guild, you get more heroes, more unlocks. You can take additional quests, craft special items. I also made this into a pad that I can rip off. It's double-sided. The level of your guild also determines the amount of stuff you can keep in your guild, like in your bank. So like crafting items, essence, which we'll get to later. All that can be stored in there. Let's see. Oh, being part of the guild. Ooh, I don't know. I gotta fix that. Being part. No. So also, just so people know, this is not the final version. This is, I got it tested to see how it's going to look and see if I got to adjust any fonts or colors or anything. Which on the chapter pages, I have to actually brighten them a little bit. They're too dark for my liking.
Yeah.
But,
all the more reason not to take blurry screenshots of nonsense.
Yeah, and there's misspellings and just like I have a version that I'm marking up and highlighting. That is like.
Do you have that on hand? I'd love to just see a page that you marked up. If you can.
If you give me a second.
Yeah, go for it. It's like a spiral bound book, and I was just as soon as I saw it, because I could see it as an editor's copy, I was like, oh, I want to see the poor pen that goes through all that, and like, the joke was like, oh, it's gonna be a bucket of pens, and there's an editing process. He's taking this seriously, and like, you saw how thick that was. Jeez, please show that off.
Yeah, this thing's like 3 inches big, thick.
Yeah, and it's one-sided too, though, so it's actually half that. Yeah,
because this way, if I want to write notes on the blank pages, I can. Let's see if I have one, because I discovered that they didn't print the last 20 pages of this. So I had to... Yeah! That was awesome. Okay, here's a good page. So, just to see, like, if there's spelling errors, sentences that don't make sense, things like that, I'll make notes, I highlight it. Anything that I'm like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. Why would I say it like this? Or... her hair at the start of the game was platinum blonde. By the end of the game, it was brown. Like, stupid things like that is like what I'm marking up, and continuity, spelling, things like that. The one that I have mainly marked up is actually upstairs, so I can't.
Yeah, and no worries. If you had it, I just wanted to see.
But this is like a good example. Like, some of them have, again, I think I've said it in the Discord, it's minimal markups, which is great. Like, it's all minor stuff. It's nothing that's crazy. But like...
You went through like some kind of editorial at some point, and then
I misspelled WOSDEC, which was great.
What?
Yeah, it's my word, and that I literally made up, and it's I misspelled it. So there's that. So like over here, it's missing the border. Or the border layer is actually behind something, so I had to bring it back and fix it.
Okay.
All that's marked up in my main book, but
yeah.
So raid banners allow you to, when your guild is max level, you can spend X amount of crystals, fly your the banner that you're going on a raid for your guild, and it gives the whole raid party a blue bonus dice to a particular stat. So 4 guilds can do it, and you can basically get a blue dice to every stat, in addition to your normal stats and whatever. This breaks down the guild cheat. Then we go into crafting. So this is a thick part of the book. You can essence quest, which is you get to basically kill things and collect their essence while you're doing your dungeons. So I'll get to that because that's in the next page. So you need some of these essences for the crafting gear and stuff, and I'm really excited actually to share this with you, Chris, because when I start showing you the crafting, I think you might get a real kick out of this. So it tells you how to gain essence, specializations, when you get them, when you can unlock them, armor smith, weaponsmith, engineer, potion master, iron chef, mage weaver. They unlock special quests that we'll get to. These are just the icons for people to see. Like, this one is more like armor-based stuff. This one is more will-based. This one's consumables, you know. And this just shows that this is actually changing to a real recipe. This was a placeholder. It's going to show you, like, how, like, the recipes break down, what they are. And here's where I think you can get a kick. Well, hold on. I don't want to show you that.
Well, I was going to say the anatomy of it is definitely intriguing, because even from here where I can't read it, it looks like everything's very telegraphed very well.
So this is the essence quest list. This is a fun little thing where I literally break down what drops what essence from all the spawning points. So like Chain Knight, Yobuko, Demon Matchmaker, Corrupted Harvest, Shadow Warrens, like they all drop the shadow. Pinching Palace drops water, and it tells you how that all happens in the game. It's a very simple system. It seems complicated. It's not. It's basically you run and if you're deciding to essence quest, basically at the end of the dungeon, you roll for anything that has the essence you're looking for. And you get that much essence if it's defeated and the dungeon's successful. It's that simple. And then you just add it to your bank.
Okay, so this is not the kill quest thing that we talked about that time, right? Where I was doing value comparison? Okay.
Nah. So here, this is where I think you get a kick out of. For people who have the Forgotten King treasure and loot sets, do not throw out those cards. That is where your basic crafting comes in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The throwback.
Yeah, so this is all the throwbacks. So, for instance, Burnt Twig. So, because I can't release these cards per the state of the game now and cost of everything.
Sure.
It tells you Burnt Twig, which is a real card. If you have it, great. If you don't have it, it tells you what it does. And then below that, it gives you the recipe. So, for this one, it's a cheap little basic one. +1 blue primer, +1 bundle of wood, and 1 sapphire gem. So when you go to craft it, you spend that, and now you have a burnt twig that you can bring into your next dungeon and start with it. So it has that for all the old stuff, like the granite pendant, the witch robes, and this is official Super Dungeon artwork, which is really cool.
So just to clarify, because this is one of the reasons why I'm on here, the loot that you have equipped goes away at the end of a battle?
Yes.
So this is a temporary thing. You'd have to craft it every time if you wanted a burnt twig every time.
Correct.
Okay.
But crafting at the lower levels is not expensive in terms of items and like currency. It's very cheap. So like to get like 1 yellow primer, 1 weapon grip, and 1 bundle of wood for a wizard wand, it's minimal. You know, like it's, and to be honest, at the lower levels it doesn't even really affect you that much. So you might just save up till you get to like level 3 or level 5 before you really start worrying about crafting stuff. And there are level requirements down the bottom that'll show you like. So that's all the blue ones, right? Blue is just your better, like level 3 heroes can make stuff that starts bringing in red dice. That's loot. And then when you hit level 4, you can start bringing in like the old treasures, like the royal cloak, the changeling cloak, stuff like that. And it tells you everything. So it tells you the stats, tells you what you need to make it, and this is where essences start coming in for when you need to make them because they're more powerful weapons. And it goes through the entire Forgotten King. And I actually believe the arena as well of cards that you can craft.
Okay. That's good to include that stuff.
And then when you reach levels... Oh, no, actually, so these can be crafted all the way up through level 8. But then you get the really good stuff that starts giving you green dice and like really powerful abilities.
That'd be like actual treasures things, right?
Yeah, actually. Well,
yeah.
The reds are treasures too, but they're like not as powerful. Where it's just like you get a red dice and an action point, or a red dice and a movement. Like it's not like.
Well, I was just saying, I didn't think there was any loot that gave you green dice.
No loot. Yeah. No. This is the treasures. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after you get through that, and you can start specialization questing. This is what a specialization recipe looks like. So we'll start with just the plague sword because that's a fun one. So. Basically, they require level 10 heroes. They're chibi bound. So basically, whoever crafts it, equips it. So if you're choosing weaponsmith, you want to make sure that you want the weapon that's there. Because if you want something that's more armor-based, you're going to want to be like more of an armor smith. Each of these break down where it has different tiers based on the raid tiers. That's a whole different thing we'll talk about later. But basically, if you have 3 parts of a tier set, this becomes that tier level if it's the 4th piece. So you don't have to take every single thing from your tier sets. Like if you want to take, like I really like these 3, but I would really want to swap out the citrine slot. You can look for a specialization that really helps you with that. And you can swap it out for whatever this crafted item is, and now you still get the tier bonus.
Right.
This is where it's going to cause the issue of the hardcore versus casual player. Because the quests to unlock the recipes take time, because they're such potent weapons. Like you can see here, it adds 1 green will and one purple strength. Like it's, or amethyst, sorry.
Well, yeah, and I was going to point that out. It's like those are the citrine and amethyst dice there. So WOSDEC does use those dice if people want that sort of thing. That's what they should be using. But I can tell you from personal experience, it's hard to get.
Well, I'll get to that too.
Yeah.
So like the quest to unlock this one, you can't do it in one dungeon. The first 2 things, one is slay Belia, and the other one is slay the Celestial Minotaur. That's 2 dungeon bosses. So it takes multiple dungeons to unlock these.
Okay.
As they're supposed to, because they're potent weapons. And so you have weapon smithing, armor smithing, mage weaver, engineer, where you can do like the world stone bomb, which is right there, the mystical landmine. And this is also something you can bring. Now, this is something that I really like that I brought in, is I also give you items that you can craft that aren't just loot and equipment. So like the mobile workbench or portable workbench lets you craft between wings of raids.
So this is like an in-town item, basically.
No, it's not even in town. It's when you go into a raid, you're locked into the raid. So in between the wings, like you don't have to run every wing in a single session, but between wing 1 and wing 2, you can basically use these items that give you like a temporary town stay in between without having to leave the raid.
Oh, it has wheels on it. That's my fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's actually a potion master that lets you take like elixirs that give you certain bonuses. So here's Emerald Elixir. This potion may be brought to a dungeon or raid.
Sorry, I should be more professional, but that's a messed up jar.
Yeah, you got to see it in person. It's not as messed up. Maybe used after all heroes are deployed, but before the first turn. If it is used for the remainder of the dungeon or raid wing, including raid wing boss fights, this hero gains elemental resistance. Elemental resistance. When the hero affected by the elixir is going to suffer 1 or more status effects, roll a single blue dice per status effect. If any stars are rolled, that status effect is discarded.
And if I remember right, there's 2 blank spaces on a blue die. Right?
2 blank, 1 heart.
Oh, so the heart would count too. Okay.
Heart doesn't count. So you basically have like a 50% chance of not suffering fire, not suffering bane, anytime it comes at you. So like, and that lasts the duration of the raid wing or the dungeon, whatever you're in. So like, there's like little like buffs like that you can bring. This is something personal to me that I really liked and wanted to bring in here. Is I used to love when we would go to the WoW raids while setting up, everyone would sit down and like eat to like buff their characters. I have 2 items in here that let you do that, and you get to choose a stat to increase. So you can get like +2 maximum health, +2 maximum potions, +1 range on basic and unique offensive actions. You know, stuff like that, just to make you strong, because the raids are a little intense. But
I'm just picturing. I know that you're not going to add anything, but maybe it's a 2.0 idea, like a Nico merchant, something from video games. I know like WoW doesn't have stuff like that. And
yeah.
Like, oh man.
But so now we got into the questing. This just tells you how you can take quests and everything. This used to be a card deck. Was going to be a card deck. Is now a chart. Where you roll a d6 and a d6, and it tells you what you get, and it's just. I mean, some of it's really simple. Like, successfully clear 2 dungeons. You get 6 experience and 6 crystals of your choosing. Boom.
How often do you get these quests? Because I thought we had a conversation.
Every town stay you can go.
Every town stay. Can you have multiples at the same time, or do they replace each other?
Good question. So I think you can only take 1 quest of a given type. So this is like the common quest that you can just randomly roll for. You can take questing, the crafting quests. You can do essence quests, and you can do like festival and events. But your guild quest giver lets you double up on it. So if you want to take 2 randoms, you can. If you want to take 2 essence quests, you can. If you want to take 2 crafting, you can. Like stuff like that.
Interesting. Okay. Or I could just take control, have it my game, and do all of it, all I want. Right, Drew?
So if you play solo, you can actually you have no limit to town stage. You can do whatever you want. But oh, I just got what you're saying. Yeah, it's your game. Do whatever the hell you want. So
technically by the rules, that's good that you did it differently for solo players.
Yeah. So looking for group, it just lets you know how this goes. So basically, as a D&D player, we all know scheduling sucks. It's the worst part of the game. This lets you take any hero from your guild charter and just drop it in the looking for group square in the town square. And now your friends, if you can all make it on Tuesday, but you can't, they can take your character to either fill a role or to make sure that that character gets experience. So you're not falling behind on the game. So they run your character for you. You can't complete quests or anything like that. So you don't get any personal quests like the random quest chart. You don't complete that while you're not there, but you get all the experience for doing the dungeon, the raid, whatever. And they get to fill that role with whatever you're going to bring. So,
and then you still get your prerequisites done. Like for weaponsmithing, if they beat Velia while you're not there, it still counts towards that plague.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Stuff like that. Okay. This is a completely optional rule, and I specifically have a whole note here about it. There's an auction house system in the game. If you're playing with close friends and you know it's not going to become a bullshit thing, do it. It's a lot of fun. Because it lets you craft a bunch of stuff, throw it in there, and somebody could buy it rather than having to craft it.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of throwing away, then it can store at the auction house to buy back later.
Right.
Essentially.
Or you could be like, hey, look, I need like 10 primers. I need 10 red primers. I'm gonna sell these 10 red primers for like, or I'm gonna sell my 10 blue primers because I need 10 red primers, and that'll be the cost of it, like stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Again, only do this if you have a decent group. If you don't have a decent group, it becomes an economy game and it sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you could do like a little mini game version of this, I think, and it could be really fun. But like doing it, like I remember the auction houses in Final Fantasy 11, nightmare.
Dude, Diablo, they were garbage. It's no good.
I can't even imagine Diablos. Ugh.
Well, Diablo, besides being like 200 million fucking gold for anything. Their real life money auction house was, oh my god, it should have been illegal.
Yeah, we should just keep money out of function in games.
Yeah,
like, I'm all for buying hats or buying costumes for your Umamumu pretty derby girls.
Right,
but like,
spending money to get like Griswold's Sword of Exaltation, like, yeah, it's just gross. They had to shut it down because it was so bad. But this is adventuring. This tells you, so I'll just run it down really quick. It's based on the highest level hero in your group. So if you bring 5 level 1s and 1 level 10, guess what? Your dungeon difficulty 10. So your level 1, strap in, boys. It's going to be a good one. Strap in or strap on. So at hero level 3, all non-minion monsters, mini-bosses, dungeon bosses, and spawning points get +1 heart.
Not too bad, yeah, okay.
At hero level 5... Oh, this is cumulative, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
So at hero level 5, all monsters, mini-bosses, dungeon bosses, spawning points, so this includes the minions now, too, get a permanent +1 to armor.
Okay, so it's not anything that's too different. Like, there's cards for these.
Yeah. And at hero level 6, everything gets +1 strength. At level 8, they get an additional armor. At level 9, they get additional strength. And at level 10, they all get an additional action.
Man, and I'm a console player, and even I tend to, like, have a reaction to, like, thinking about all that on my guys against the heroes. It's like, oh, they're having a rough day with this one.
But on the... Well, I'll go back to it just to touch on it. Actually.
But no, they're leveling up as well. But I mean, like...
It's a valid... I'm glad you said that. So, here's your leveling chart unlock. At level 1, character is as shown on card. +1 blue dice at level 2 to any stat of your choosing. Level 3 plus 1 health. Level 4 plus 1 potion. Level 5 plus 1 red dice to any stat of your choosing. At level 6, plus 1 health or plus 1 potion you may choose. And that's where you get to start choosing your crafting specialty. And level 7 through 10 gives you which slot can be equipped with a chibi bound item. So, like, at level 7, a ruby slot can now have a chibi bound item. So that's also something to consider, too. Yeah. So now you can walk in with your stylish hat to every dungeon if you want, as opposed to going in naked to everyone. So that affects all that, too.
And for people watching that maybe not as familiar with the game, it literally can be like, your attack is, hello, sir, and then the kobold explodes.
Yeah. So up in these guys, I feel, in this way progressively through level 10. And again, I've played through it now enough times with the group, or actually a couple of groups, that it is fairly balanced. Like, it's good. Like, I will say that at level 10, it is more of a challenge, but if you've hit level 10 with your characters, you're more experienced with the game. And something I want to stress. This game is meant to be fun. There's 160-something heroes out there, and I think in existence. With me, you, and Drake, you were talking about it one day. I think it's like 167 or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it's up there.
It's meant to be fun and pick your hero, go into a dungeon and play. This requires you to do just a little bit of thinking in terms of you want to bring a tank, you want to bring a support, and however you want to fill out the rest of the group is how you want to fill it out.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, there's like 3 stats that you're worried about.
Strength,
Make
will.
sure somebody has high armor, strength, will, dex, mix it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you being like, for people who don't raid, because I wasn't a raider, I played WoW a little bit.
Right.
But I know what raiding is, and I know how it's structured. You want that formula there that's you see in anime and everything to try to help you out, and it's just what little strategy you can put into a wild dice ride like this.
Yep. And then over here, because we are talking about going on adventure, it does repeat the completion. So for clearing a dungeon, a standard dungeon, you get an experience point. Defeating dungeon mini boss or dungeon boss gets you experience point each. So if you do a 3-tile dungeon, we'll just say, you're already at 3 experience just from running it. 5 experience for each wing raid cleared, because you can start entering them at level 9. And 20 experience for successfully clearing an entire raid. And then the group narrative quests give you specific, tell you how much experience you get. Which is something I also want to touch on. Where was it? Successfully clear sand dungeon, mini boss. This talks about mega dungeons. It lets you do a 5-tile dungeon, and it can let you bring up to 8 heroes. So you can have more people if you want, or people can double up on characters. So this is... Sorry.
Real quick, before we move forward.
Yeah.
There was some community discussion about making bigger Mighty Monster charts. Did you do that in this? Like...
So for the mega dungeons, I actually didn't.
Okay.
Because the mega dungeon's supposed to be a challenge that you run it as the same as the 5 to 6 hero one, but with a 5th tile now. So it gets rough in there.
Yeah, and I did some math. You can do the higher level dungeons.
Yeah.
Or more heroes, more tiles or whatever. You just have to reuse the same chart multiple times. So like either you're gonna do 2 bosses or you'll do just a mini boss instead of another mini boss instead of that boss. So you'll have 3 mini bosses and it works out to be the same.
Well, this actually discusses it, where you have the 3 mini bosses. You have 1, 2, 3 mini bosses and 1 dungeon boss in the 5 tile.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. And
basically, just the 3rd mini boss spawns when you kill that spawn point.
Okay.
So this is so that's kind of the end of the WOSDEC rule section. Now you enter the Plague Throne, which is the narrative dungeons.
Yeah, so that is the divide, where Chapter 10 is. Okay.
Yeah, so this tells you what they are. You can run them in any order you want. Dark Mew, what up? So, but it also gives you the order in which you should play them. So, because it tells the story of the whole thing, like, that you're playing through, essentially, right? So it'll say, start with the Witch's Fate, to the Mistborn Temple, to the Molten Halls. There's 6 sub-stories, 3 chapters in each story, so it's 18 narrative dungeons that tell the whole story.
Jeez, okay.
So some of them, it'll tell you it's a standard arcade quest plot or not, quest goals. It gives
Real quick, is that essentially 18 sessions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that's clear, because I didn't know, because I know at some point you had said, like, some things are possibly multiple sessions per...
I ended that.
You did? Okay.
Well, we'll get to the raise, which is kind of that, and I'll
Okay.
talk about that when we get there. So it gives you success, failure. It gives you the text to read out to the group. One thing that it does, though, that I had fun with was it allows you to. Some of them have specific quest plots. So, for instance, instead of drawing and this is chapter 2 of Breaking the Seal. The name of the quest plot is "You know what they awoke in the darkness of the Dragonback Peaks, fire and scales." And basically it says, place a crystal token in each open doorway of the dungeon. Heroes may take an interact action to destroy a crystal. When the dungeon boss spawns, refer to the following chart to determine the power of the dragon spawning. So if there's 8 to 9 tokens remaining, Horfang comes out. If there's 4 to 7 tokens remaining, King Starfire comes out. If it's 1 to 3 tokens remain, Starfire regular comes out. If you destroy all tokens, Starfire spawns and may not activate the first turn he spawns. So,
I think I remember talking to you about this. I think we disagreed. Is like basically the better you do, the less angry a dragon you get, right?
yeah.
Yeah, where I was like, well, the better you do, clearly it should be a more angry dragon. But
I agree. Like,
no, I get it.
fluff-wise, yes. But, like, game mechanic-wise, this makes more sense.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
You're rewarding the player for doing well.
Yeah.
And if they want it a different way, they can just do it a different way.
Exactly. So, the little catch of that, though, is if you're doing a 3-tile dungeon, you can't remove as many crystals as if you were doing a 4-tile dungeon. And this gives you the option, by the way. It tells you set up 3 or 4 dungeon tiles. It tells you what to take. It gives you everything laid out. So if you're only doing 3, you obviously don't put out tile 4. You don't put out the tile 4 spawn point. And all the spawn points have been designed that if it's paired spawn point, it'll be on the 1st and 3rd tile. None of them will be on the 4th. So you're always guaranteed to the spawn points will work out.
Yeah, and that's if I remember right, that's the technical advantage to do it 1 and 3, right? Like, so that's advantage console.
Yeah, it's a console advantage to do 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Because if you do 1 and 2, it's like it's kind of dumb.
Because usually what I do is I do the single one on the 1st. They fight with that pretty quick and get that out of the way, and then I'm just dealing with the second 2 as the same spawn group.
So with with the way
Go
arcade
ahead.
works,
Yeah.
with the way arcade works is if it's a 4-tile dungeon, you spawn the first 2 tiles.
Mhm.
If it's a 3-tile dungeon, you spawn the first tile, and you have to wait for it to tell you that everything spawned. So
Okay.
the reason I did 1 and 3 is because if you wipe out that first tile, or wipe out the spawn point in the first tile, and then you have someone who can like move fast to teleport and shoot at range the second spawn point before anything spawns, now that whole paired spawning point is done, and like it's worthless. This gives you, it's not so much console advantage, but I think it balances what you're trying to achieve in playing the game.
Yeah, there's definitely, if a stronger player side is going to counteract other formats. So
Yeah.
so it's a console advantage, but it's a small one, and it
But
depends
it's
on
nothing
the
that's
skill
game
level of the
broken,
players.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it goes on. So these will give you a lot more. So this one actually has a boss modification. So when Beatrix is spawned into play, place a token in the 4th tile adjacent to the spawn point square. Adjacent to the spawn point square to represent the Tome of Time. Player may spend an action, blah, 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 blah. So basically, it's giving you an action to do where you can hold on to the Tome of Time that she's trying to knock out of your hands and steal from you. So it also changes the boss fight a little bit too to make it a little more thematic in the narrative dungeons.
Okay.
Not everyone, just it's based on the story. And if you're holding on to the book when you defeat her, you get bonus rewards. So like basic reward is like you get a lot of experience, you get heroes, you get crystals. But if you're holding on to this, you get more experience, more crystals, stuff like that. So, and it takes you through the whole story. When you finish chapter 3 of the first story, the Temporal Caverns world event triggers, and it tells you that right there.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, you can see it's pretty bold.
Yeah.
Then it takes you through the next chapter, the next sub-stories. I mean, it brings you through her whole story of, like, what's going on in the world. All the way up to, the Frozen Legacy is where you have to basically fight and defeat everything to get the key to unlock the Elemental Temple of Joragumo.
Real quick, that's the background picture, right? The Frozen Legacy?
Which one? Oh, to that? Yeah,
On the
basically.
screen, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. So then you have world events and festivals. This is where Drakey's going to lose his mind. So Temporal Caverns is a long one. It's full narrative dungeons, which is a little different than the narrative dungeons. I'll explain that in a second. But this gives you the World Quest, which, by the way, I have split up from the time that we were on the forums. So there's 2 values here now. Rock Top Gang Shells, right? 20 and 100. So 20 is if you're doing like just a solo or a small group and it's like just your group playing. 100 if you're doing it in like a game store or something. Or you're doing it online with a bunch of different communities. So you can do like the World Quest with all those people, or you can do it just, hey, it's just my own like little basement group, so we only need to collect 20 instead of 100 to open up the Temporal Caverns. Then once they're open, full narrative dungeon where whenever a hero enters one of the tiles and ends their activation on a new tile, a new event triggers and happens. It replaces the arcade plot, and it brings some unique challenges that I'll just leave out there.
Okay.
This...
Who's that handsome fellow?
So this is Sir Sigmund, who is very much in her past, and when you're in the Temporal Caverns, you're basically going back to key moments in time as the Spider Sisters are trying to kill certain people. And it's your job to prevent that so that Celeste can't get more powerful. So in one of them, Belia is actually trying to poison and kill Sir Sigmund with her flowers of poison that are on her torso. And
that's an expensive date, yeah.
Yeah, very. She's bougie. So this artwork that you see right here, if you are pre-ordering, you get this miniature for free. He is a promo mini only. So after the pre-orders are done, you can only get him at conventions and in person.
So that's right. Go to Drew's house and ask for Sir Sigmund.
Or come to Long Island Tabletop. I'll have plenty. But basically, part of the agreement that I have with the OGL is I can only release so many minis for sale. And I said, I really want a promo mini to be able to hand out to people and like get attention. So they agreed to let me do Sir Sigmund. So he's going out for free to the first 50 pre-orders. So get your pre-orders in. But again, at conventions and stuff, I'll have them to hand out so people see it and go, oh, what's this? And they can, swing by the booth and whatever else. So naturally, he needs rules. And there you go.
And he's I was going to say he's an NPC, but I guess he's not really.
He can be played as a hero if you have the mini. But in this one, I give his rules. And there's a little modification to his stats for what's happening in this whole scenario that I'm not going to get into. I will tell you. This might have been some of my best writing, this specific chapter. It is high emotion, lovers screaming. It's wild. It's good. It's really good.
I have to move on to another page. All I can think of is you writing like Sir Sigmund Belia fanfic. And
so no, but yes. They're not. She's trying to kill him, but there is some crazy stuff.
You can kill and love at the same time. They are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. But now, the way that this event works in the Temporal Caverns is, as you succeed or fail the dungeon, it doesn't matter. The dungeon's still completed, not like the other ones. And you get a point for the players or a point for the console. And at the end of the 3 chapters of the Temporal Caverns, which, by the way, puts us at 21 narrative dungeons, you roll, and your roll is affected based on your success and failure numbers. Okay. And it gives you... So if you get all 3 successes, you can essentially get the best reward possible. So...
Hold on. Did you just put a visual novel in our super dungeon?
What do you mean a visual novel?
Is that what just happened? You don't know what a visual novel is, do you?
No.
Okay. So real quickest education I can give you on the matter. Usually it's with anime bullshit, and like you click through a story by reading text on a screen, there's pictures, and then you make choices, and then you navigate branches of decisions. And usually it's very much like what you just described. You get like this thing, and this thing in the decision tree, and you get a different ending. And a lot of times it's like you date a different creature or person.
A much more dummy version of that, but sure, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. I just thought it was funny.
So then you have the Spring Renaissance Fair, where you can get Renaissance gifts from completing things like complete a 3-tile dungeon gets you 3 coins, a 4-tile gets you 4 coins, and then you can buy all these different things. Like, for instance, here's a good one for you. Spring Egg. You may discard this item instead of a princess coin to return a fallen hero, single use. So like it's like little, like one-off items that you can use that are like available. And I did these based on real-time dates. So the Spring Renaissance Fair runs from March 1st to April 30th in the real world.
Okay.
So I'm again, before anyone jumps down my throat, it's your game. You can have the festival any fucking time you want. Play whenever you want. It doesn't matter what month it is, what day it is. It could be bitter cold ass December. Spring Fair in your game. Doesn't matter. Okay, no one cares. No one's coming for you. Summer Games has a whole reward system, and they have something called the Gauntlet, which is you can run. You run it with 3 heroes, and it's a really hard dungeon. And based on how far you get you rewards. Glower's Doom Eve, which is obviously October 1st to October 31st, gets you all sorts of funky little jack-o'-lantern pies, ghoul goop, candy bombs, and the Witch's Cauldron, which is all heroes have set up. After all heroes have set up in a dungeon or raid, discard this card and give all heroes +1 maximum health for the dungeon/raid. And there's a little note here, and it says right on the card, see page 112. The Witch's Cauldron effect does not stack with itself. Only one of these effects may be in play per dungeon/raid.
Okay,
so
that's a good disclaimer.
Don't try and bring 10 of them. It's not going to work. Again, though, it's your game. Do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a fun experiment to see what happens when you do stack them.
Yeah. It'd be awful. It'd be you'd win.
I mean, I imagine you just burn your soup. If you got 10 cauldrons on top of each other, the heat's just not going to climb very well.
So it only affects one time, exactly.
Yeah.
So Merry Crystalia, Happy Solstice. This is where Drakey's probably going to lose his mind. You have a snowball fight minigame that you can play to win gems and stuff. It's very simple. It's basically, Chris, you take 3 of your heroes from your guild, I take 3 of mine from my guild, no equipment, and you get a set of attacks that you can do to throw snowballs at each other. And that's it.
So that I want to see more. I might lose my mind more because I mean
really?
something. It's funny you mentioned Drakey, but it's something like we've both looked at because like I have basically a Super Dungeon football thing, and he had an idea for a volleyball game, which I thought was interesting, and like I tried to help work on that with him. And
I'll run it down quick for you. Basically, you set up on opposite sides of a single tile.
Mm-hmm.
You get no equipment bonuses. And you get a 1 blue action to make a snowball. You can have 3 snowball tokens at most.
Okay.
All heroes can make a standard snowball attack using their primary stat. So either throwing with raw strength, precise accuracy of dexterity, or floating it with magical willpower. And it's basically 1 red action and 1 snow token. You can throw the snowball at somebody and make the attack. Because you obviously have to make the snowballs and have them.
So it's not their abilities but their stats that are going to make the difference on who makes the best snowball fighting team, right?
Well, hold on, because if you're using strength, you can spend 3 tokens and 1 action point, and you get to add a green die to the attack, and it becomes burst 1. If you're using dexterity, 3 tokens and 1 action point, you can add 1 green die, and it gets hook shot. If you do 3 tokens and 1 red action for will, you add 1 green die and it becomes Lance 6.
Okay, so that's pretty nice.
So you want to take a strength, a dex, and a will really for your 3-man team.
So and just clarification, the hook shot means you can go around corners basically.
Yeah, you don't need line of sight. So if someone's hiding behind a statue, you can, wanted film it. Just
okay.
And
that's pretty interesting, yeah.
Critical attacks still count as 2 wounds, and basically there's no healing, and just once you've got pelted with enough snow, your character's removed, and it keeps going until one side wins. And that's it.
That's fantastic. That's a great idea.
It's just a silly, fun game.
With that in mind, too, something you were saying earlier made me think of... Oh, you said, like, how far you get into the dungeon. But about how far you get in it determines your reward?
Yeah. That's for the summer games.
So, and maybe I just translated in my brain. Is there like a meat grinder mission where you can challenge yourself to see how long you can last against waves of enemies or anything like that?
Well, it's so funny you should mention that, because in Glower Doom Eve, there is a minigame that you can play where you take on endless waves of rattlebones until they overtake you. And how far you go determines your reward.
That's the meat grinder mission we were waiting for.
Yep.
Yay!
Glower's Doom Eve, so basically... Every turn the rattle bones get stronger and stronger, and you spawn 12 rattle bones, and every turn your character just see how many they can take out, and based on 0 to 5, 6 to 10, all up to 31 or more rattle bones slain, gain 10 Glower Doom Eve coins. And then you can spend that on those. There's some silly stuff in this that just it's just things that you can do if you're like, hey Chris, man, like no one else can make you want to come over and just do the Glower Doom Eve game since it's October, and you can be like, yeah, bro, I'll bring candy and we hang out and we do that stupid game and we have fun, you know?
Yeah, we gotta just come over and snowball fight.
Yeah, we could, and we'll put it on our OnlyFans. So solo play rules. This is a short chapter. It's really short. It just basically true solo campaign and multi-guild solo campaign, which we talked about earlier, so I'm not going to go too deep into it.
Yeah, no worries.
But basically, you can either do it where you have one guild charter that you can bring to like other stores and stuff, but you're playing by yourself. And the guild charters, just so you know, are designed to hold up to 10 heroes. So you can raid by yourself if you want to.
Yeah, it's 10 heroes total, right? Not 10 heroes per player.
No, 10 heroes per player. Every player gets their own guild.
Now, but that's not getting on the board though? 60 heroes?
No. So basically, you have a roster that you can pick from.
Yeah.
So, and the reason being is because, for instance, let's say you and I are free and no one else is, but we want to raid. I can bring 5 heroes from mine. You can bring 5 heroes from yours, and we're good to go.
Okay, that's a good clarification because my brain went somewhere real silly.
Yeah, no. So basically, raids are 9 to 10 heroes. So, like, in my group, we enjoy it because if we sit down with 5 of us, everybody brings 2 heroes, and we have a blast. So
I think that's a good number. 2 heroes for 5.
So I've done solo raiding, and I have a little more to do, actually, because I want to play test 2 more things before I finalize sending this off to the printer. Just because I've tested it. It works, but little things to just make it a little more fun I want to test, and then if they're not fun, not do it. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm a programmer, like I do code for a living.
Yeah.
It's never done.
No.
You share in that development process, and that happens with writing. It happens with game development. It's never done. You're going to have to cut it off eventually, but I applaud that you are still trying to get in that last little bit of testing. Because, again, a lot of this shows that you put the work in and you care, and I appreciate that. I want to let you know.
I care way too much, especially for some of the things that have been said to me. But anyway, yeah, so I've solo tested the raids by myself. I've done it with groups. I actually had Instagram influencers come in from out of state and play the raids. Logan of the Red Hair Inn literally lost his mind when we did the Elemental Temple of Jorogumo, when we fought the 3 Spider Sisters. His exact phrase, if I can, it might be a little different than this, but pretty much he said, I've never played a fucking board game where I felt like I was in an MMO raid. He goes, this was insanely fun. He goes, the strategy, having to swap tanks. He goes, it was fucking awesome. Like he was going on and on about it for like a good half hour after we finished.
When we figured out, we got to bring him back and put him on camera playing.
Yes. He's actually going to be at Long Island Tabletop, too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's coming by.
Oh, that'd be great.
So now we're going to get into Heroes of the Plague Throne. So another reason why this is part of the Plague Throne section is...
But they're the bad guys.
These are... What? No.
The Plague Throne's the bad guys.
These are the heroes. So I'll run down them real quick for everybody just so they can see what's going on. Drew Thalion, his big thing is... He's got Shield Sweep, which is just a sweep 1 plus 1 red strength attack, 2 action points, knockdown.
His big thing is his big thing.
His big thing is Consecration. 2 blue actions, wave 4. He gains 1 Wrath token for every enemy in range. So he has a passive, I don't have to damage you to gain threat. So he's a great, what I call him is an AoE tank. Where if you got a lot of guys on the board, he's a guaranteed tank to run up and grab that threat. Which is awesome. If there's only one dude on the board, his strength isn't as great as like some of the other tanks to like really grab single threat as well. And then he has an ability. His keyword is the Forever DM, where once per hero phase, a single hero may reroll a single attack dice, or once per console phase, once per console phase, a single hero may reroll a single defense dice. So basically, it gives you a free single dice reroll per phase.
Yeah, and I played Drew Thalion at Lit.
Oh yeah, you did, yeah.
it was a very foreign concept to me because I'm not used to playing arcade.
Yeah.
Like having all that wrath, but it's very effective as far as like a strategy goes to bank that wrath.
Yeah.
And we forgot that the forever DM stuff almost every other turn.
Yeah.
So.
So we lovingly call her Muga Shaka, but yeah, the Minotaur Elementalist. Basically, she got a chain heal and chain lightning. Both of them function the same ways, similar to, well, chain lightning is arc, which is a thing that never actually came out because of Legends. But I used it from the lightning mage and made it where she actually has chain lightning. And then she also has chain heal, which works similar to basically like you target a hero, the highest result of stars heals that hero that many stars, and that dice is removed. And then you move on to the next one within a certain squares. I think it's 2 squares. I have it here.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, 2 squares. And then you roll, and if it doesn't heal, it stops, or if there's no more new targets in range, it stops. But it has to be a new hero. You can't keep healing the same hero over and over, like, when it bounces. Like, it can't bounce back. It can only bounce forward.
Was that based off something that was in the games? Because I thought I remembered something Warcraft 3 that was like...
World of Warcraft has chain heal. The Shaman.
Okay, I think it was... They carried it over from 3. But...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
in that game, it bounces to like 3 or 4 heroes. In this one, it has arc, but a healing arc.
I'm just saying, like, it's a real cute animation because it's like beep, 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 beep.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's giving me good flashbacks. I'm just happy.
Some of this will make you nostalgic for sure. The Arcadian Occultist. There's something that I tried to really translate visually with like her description, but the Arcadian Occultists themselves. Cool thing about them is like they have learned to manipulate the sand moss of the Arcadian dunes. So like they have fly because the moss carry them around, and they manipulate the enemies by sending like swarms of moths to like carry the enemy towards them or carry them over here. And but they always have a candle that's lit that floats in their hand, and it's on the model too, the 3D model. And basically what they do is they blow on that little flicker of flame, and it does a Lance 6 fire attack. She is very much a offense, like glass cannon kind of character. I think you may have mentioned, but do the cards come with the miniatures from the site? No, they're in the book. I can't send the cards with them. There's a whole long legal
thing.
There's a legal explanation behind it, but basically I can release the Plague Throne because the crowd anyway. Short answer, no, but
yeah.
I am having them test printed right now. Well, I have some test printed already, but I'm doing a full deck of everything that is in this book as a single release from the company that I'm using. And if they all come out good, I'm going to try and make it where I can just share that, where people can go in and just literally purchase the deck if they want to have it sent to their house. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I don't make any money on that. I don't want to make any money on that. If you guys want to do it, it's great. If you don't want to do it, whatever. Yeah. So I'm trying to do where I can share the project, which I think I can through that company.
We'll figure it out. I'm happy to work with you on
that. So she has Will of the Console, which you're not a big arcade guy, so this might not feel as powerful as it seems. But basically, the first time an arcade plot is drawn during a dungeon or raid wing, the occultist can choose to make you draw a second, and then she gets to choose which one happens.
No, I could definitely see an advantage in that. Yeah.
So, but when she does that, when the plot is completed, that hero doesn't get to roll for her treasure.
Oh, okay.
So like she does it, but it's at a cost of risk of chance of getting treasure with the green dice.
Is that only if they pick the new one, or is it if they pick the original?
If she uses the ability.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, because
really hurt yourself. Okay.
Yeah, because she draws 2, and then she gets to choose which one of the 2 she wants to go into play. Well, the group does obviously, but
yeah.
But because she used that ability and she manipulated the console punishes her by saying, "Cool, if you defeat this, now you can't roll for treasure. Have a nice day." Just her, though. Everyone else can. Just not her.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Because her thing is, like, Arcadian occultists, like, tap into the console's power, quote-unquote, and that's one of the ways that they do it.
It's like if Luke suddenly used Force Lightning for a minute.
Right. Like, there's penalties for that. He can do it, but do you want to?
Yeah.
But you can also decide that after hearing what the first plot drawn is. So, like, if you draw and you're like, let's just leave it like that, you're good. Duke Raymond, he's just a straight up warrior tank, basically.
He's a dwarf, right?
He is a dwarf, so he's got that extra hit point for sturdiness. He has 2 abilities, actually, that are really powerful. Well, he has a shield bash ability, which causes ice, which basically silences the enemy from using unique actions. But he has an ability called Long Lost Friend, where once per console phase, if an adjacent hero were to be slain, this model may choose to suffer 1 wound and suffer all status effects of that attack. If it does, the slain hero remains in play with 1 wound remaining on it.
Okay.
So it can prevent you from having to spend princess coins by being adjacent to him.
That can be big. It's a little less big in WOSDEC, I'll be honest, but for like a 2.0 game, that's big.
Well, the 2.0 is WOSDEC is 2.0, so it's potent.
I'm saying with like a non-WOSDEC 2.0 game.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Vanilla 2.0.
So shield, and then he has shield wall, which is while adjacent to this model, friendly hero models gain plus 1 white star to all defense rolls. So
I do a kobold who could do that.
So that's will, dex, everything. Yeah, gets that bonus. So this is where
Stallion.
So this is Toons. Toons. He's a necromancer. He actually has 2 potions, 3 actions, decent stats. But he has something that's really unique. That is a new tactic to the game. It's a new ability called Master of Souls and Summoner, where basically he summons this guy. And what happens is he collects souls within range 4 of him, I think it is. Yeah. No, no, within range 6. So basically,
okay.
Yeah. So if anything dies, that's a non-creep model. So minions, elites, mini bosses, when they get defeated, he collects a soul token, which is also going to be in the downloadable token pack that I'm making.
What's a soul look like?
So let's see how I can do it in the camera. It looks like that. Like it's around. It's around token with his head, basically, because it only really affects Toons. But basically, he summons the Grave Golem, which is from Super Dungeon Conquest. So if you don't have it, proxy it with anything you have that's a 2x2. You know, it can be anything. If you could do it with Gruesome George if you want, whatever you want to do.
I think that's a good choice, honestly.
What, Gruesome George?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Gorgeous George, thank you very much.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was gruesome.
No, it is. I'm just making it
Listen, I'm like, sometimes I confuse words. So basically, Toons has to spend soul energy to keep him in play. So during Toons' upkeep, he either has to spend an action point or spend a soul token to keep him active. One thing he can do is he can do Bone Bomb, which is basically he runs up to something, does a wave 2 attack that's dangerous, and then it attacks everything around him, and then he disappears. And he's removed from the board again. So Toons can keep going, get more souls, summon him back if he wants, or you can keep him in play and keep him like an off tank, whatever you want to do. He gets his own threat and everything like a normal hero would, but he's kind of mediocre stats, can't get equipment, etc.
I'll be honest, you can call me mediocre all you want. He was the most fun to play out of all the heroes I played.
Toons?
Yeah, Toons and Boney.
Oh no. Grave Golem's mediocre in terms of he can't put equipment.
Okay.
Toons is a blast. Everyone.
Even then, I would say I mean he's not like the greatest there ever was, but he's good. Like I definitely had fun playing with Boney.
Yeah. Obor and Chompers are up next. Obor is literally a dwarf hunter. And I even say Obor is everything you would expect out of a dwarven hunter. Big fluffy beard, blunderbuss, pet bear, and a surly attitude. Who is literally based on my friend Pat, because that's what he is.
And yeah, he looks like them. That's Pat on the page.
Yeah, you met Pat. Yeah, that's Pat. So he's got Hunter's Mark, which is just a range 12 blue ability. It puts Bane on something, which is just to help the group. It's super helpful. He can grape shot if things get close. He brought back something that I got pissed that they removed from the Twilight Knight. He has something called Critical Boom, where all creeps on the same dungeon tile as this hero are removed from play. And it's a red potion.
Oh.
Because they took that away from the Twilight Knight. She used to do that with her lantern.
They took it away?
Yeah, so when they remodeled her and released her again, they had a new card for her, and that ability's not on the new card. Yeah, bro. I know it's going to bug you now. You're going to look it up.
Yep, I'm going to have to.
You're going to have to. The new card does not have it on it. I can go pull the card right now.
Well, great. I have a card to go find and a database to update eventually. Lamplight, Wave 5, destroy all traps and creeps. That's the card I have. So.
Yeah, I don't think that's not what it was. It used to be everything on the tile that's a creep died.
Okay, that's you gave me homework to do. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I can double check it later, but I'm pretty sure that they altered it. And I was like, boo. Anyway.
No, I'm just excited.
Oh no, you might be looking at the old card because it said traps.
Yeah, so
that might be the old card. Yeah, look at the new one. I have it over there somewhere, but so he commands Chompers. Chompers is a bonded pet to him. It works just like another pet where he activates when Ober activates, either before or after, doesn't matter. He has a bear swipe. He only has 2 actions, but he has inspiring roar, which is wave 2 remedy. So his whole turn could be just inspiring everyone around him to like lose poison and everything, So if he dies, Obor can spend either a princess coin or 3 action points to bring him back. So,
is that how that worked when we played? Is that newer?
No, that's how it always worked with him. Yeah, if Chompers dies, you can spend 3 action points or a princess coin.
Okay.
I might have simplified it for the point of lit.
That might have been why. Yeah. I don't remember. But functionally, they work like Yui and Ichika, the Shrine Maidens.
Oh yeah, they work together really well.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's right after Toons and Boney. I don't know why. Maybe I like having more things to play with, but definitely second place those 2, and Chompers is definitely the cutest out of everybody.
Chompers is everyone's favorite bear, and mini-wise, Chompers is everyone's favorite bear, and the Spider Sisters is everyone's favorite bosses right now. So Sarge, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say Belia especially, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she's the most popular. So Sarge, that's my dad. Basically, trick shot. He's got a really solid potion, which is crazy. And it does something different that other potions don't do. You wait to use it. So basically, it says potion of accuracy. Drink after making an attack roll. If the attack roll failed, it becomes a normal success. If the attack roll was a normal success, it becomes a critical success.
Okay.
So basically, you wait and see what you roll, and if you really need to do damage, you can drink it to make it a normal success. If you need to do multiple damages, like a nice critical, then you can drink it and get a critical success. But it's a blue potion.
I don't remember that for some reason. Maybe it's just because I was having a tough time playing him.
Did you play Sarge?
Or wait,
no,
I didn't. I played 4 of them. Maybe I didn't play him.
Yeah, I don't think you played Sarge.
I'm trying to remember.
Clockwork Engineer. You played Drayden. I think you played Sir Humpy.
I did play Humphrey. Yeah.
You played Humphrey, Druthalion, Toons, and Obor.
Yeah, I was there all day, guys.
Clockwork Engineer. She introduces Cone or reintroduces Cone, which you can see how the attack pattern works here. Basically, it hits the space in front of them and fans out to one side and then continues the rest of the way. So if it's a two wide base model, it'll be the 2 right in front of them, and then it goes out to 4 and goes up instead of 3. So
what did you end up calling it?
Cone.
Cone. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, she has an ability called Hammer Wrench Down. It's a 3-point ability. It's Cone 4 plus 1 red die, and it goes out like that. And then she has Clockwork Catastrophe as a keyword, which is anytime she scores a critical hit on something, it suffers the knockdown effect.
Did you ever play the Super Dungeon Tactics video game?
Yes.
Is that where that came from?
Nope. This came from Reinhardt from Overwatch, my favorite character.
Okay, so there's a hammer move in Super Dungeon Tactics that looks similar to this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it ends just like that. So 1 space and then a burst, essentially.
Yeah.
But can you extend this? Can you have Cone 4 or something?
So she has Cone 4. So basically it's
5.
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to spoil anything, but there is a bad guy in here who has something that's Cone 6.
Okay, that's all I was looking for. If it's mechanically adjustable, or if it's
I don't want to spoil anything, but it starts 4 wide and then goes to 6 wide.
Yeah, essentially.
If you can guess who that is.
Oh, I have an idea, but yeah, but the hammer move was essentially a burst 2, or a 2 range, burst 1.
Yeah.
But it was static. It was always that, no matter what the hammer was.
No, this varies per whatever this ability is.
Yeah, that was a weird video game, everybody. Just if you're watching this, it's worth checking out.
It's fun, but it's not Super Dungeon.
It's
Super Dungeon, but it's
adjacent.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, let's say that.
The dice system is so weird in that, and frustrating at times, but...
Yeah, it was an interesting approach, though.
So, Sir Humphrey Drayden is just Sir Humphrey. He's a strength damage doer.
He died so much.
Yeah. He hits real hard, but his base armor's too blue. So if you don't give him something for armor, and he takes too much wrath, he shits the bed. It's no good, but he's fun. He's a lot of fun, and he bold.
Was fun. Yeah.
Glaurung Empiric is a new character from when you played, obviously. She has an ability called Elixir Erudite, where basically she has a blue potion, a red potion, and a green potion. The red and blue potions have 3 abilities listed, and basically whenever she uses the potion, she gets to pick what ability it does. Now, because she's an Empiric, what it lets her do is she can actually spend additional potion tokens to empower that potion. So if she wants to throw a red bottled plague, it's range 6. It can either be poison effect, +1 red dice, or burst 1 dangerous. She can spend 2 potions and make it poison and +1, or poison and burst 1. She can spend 3 potion tokens to make it poison, +1 strength, burst 1, and dangerous. It's all up to her. Now, if other people drink the potion, or use her potions, they only get the first ability listed. So either a poison throwing bomb, or the ability to gain M-bomb.
And I like that restriction. That's a good balance to that. I can't tell you. I probably have 4 or 5 cards that I tried to do, and like my challenge here was fitting all the text in that little box, and that's beautiful. Good job.
It's because no offense to the. So I just want to compliment first. There is a card creator that you can use, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Did not work for me. I literally recreated all this artwork from scratch.
Look, I'm the guy who maintains that thing now.
Oh, nice.
And Adam, full credit, did a wonderful job putting that thing together. But I constantly edit the HTML on the page to fit and adjust things as I want. Like, that's part of what I do, and so I never think twice about it. So if anyone needs help with that, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, I had to recreate them because everything had to be Super Dungeon quote-unquote adjacent, even though it's obviously the same style card. But I recreated literally all this artwork, the borders, everything. I recreated it all in Adobe Illustrator. So it's the same, but different. So for instance, the back of the card fits all that information. And then lastly...
Oh, yeah, there it is.
So fun fact, I did a lot of the art for this game. I had a guy help me with the item art, and I had another guy help me with the character art. The guy whose character art did this made the mount like his cat, where one of its tooth was broken. One of its teeth was broken. So that's just a fun fact. She's another elf huntress. They stealth through the tiles and they pounce. And they do a lot of that. And she has an ability where she can give everyone +1 speed. Within Wave 2.
Wave 2 +1 movement? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of that. That's cool.
Well, that's the thing. I tried to introduce some things that they really haven't done a lot of or touched on. So now we get to the Servants of the Plague Throne, which is the next chapter. And again, I'm sorry that this is a long video and a long stream, but I'm going through everything, and people can pick it out later, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I plan. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to work with you a little bit, but I'm hoping to go back and do timestamps and put timestamps in the description.
Oh shit! I never hit record on this. Oh well.
Oh, is that why? Wait.
I think I can download it from Twitch, but
yes, you can.
Yeah. So everyone who bought the Conquest models has no use for them. Now you do. Plague Stone lets you take the champion, the little bones with the lances, Plague Necromancer, and Mage. That's all one spawning point. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It tells you what everything does on it. Something that I created for this game, spawning point gangs. So you have and this is this is all unique. You've never played this before in Super Dungeon. You played against it, Chris, at Lit, but
Yeah, I think I know what you're about to say. Continue.
The Plague Thrower is a stationary spawning point, and it has an ability called Spotter, where its gang are minions, but they operate like solo elites in terms of movement. Basically, as long as the spotter has line of sight to the enemy, and it's within range, it can make an attack at that enemy, regardless of walls, structures, whatever else. Because it's essentially lobbing this stuff.
Yeah, it's an artillery piece,
Yeah.
regardless of what it looks like. I gotta say, having played it firsthand, very interesting way to go. Nice challenge, something different to do. And I personally, I don't like spawn points, the spawners. I
Yeah.
like mini bosses or characters that are as spawners, and so this was definitely played to me without you knowing it.
Oh, cool. Awesome. And then Black Knight, he's basically, in my opinion, a Death Knight from like Warcraft 2, where he's moving around. His gang is 4 little zombies, and he has an ability where his unique ability is called Army of the Dead, which is reinforced self. And whenever that triggers, he does the reinforced command to himself, so all 4 zombies come back and gives him more hit points to have staying power. Nothing broken, but just makes him tougher.
No, very strong. Yeah.
Corrupted Sapphire. This lets you spawn like the Imperial guys. It introduces a new ability called Wall, where based on whatever the enemy is doing, it'll give you the different wall rules. In this one in particular, it's an Ice Wall, where she does 4 tokens in a straight line. And basically, if you are hit, you suffer cold, you take damage, and then you slide 1 tile over of your choice. She has a sturdy Yang, so you can only ever do 1 point of damage to her minions, regardless of critical hits and abilities. And then it's got the Standard Bearer. And then you have here, this you didn't get to see, Chris, because I didn't have enough tiles for this. But the Corrupted Artillery works just like the Plague Thrower in terms of spotters and everything.
Okay.
But it introduces something called Bounce X. So its ability, the cannonball hits a target and bounces to other targets in the lane of fire, or
like
can.
Blood Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I wrote a bounce rule, so I wondered how close we got, even though because we're good. I consider us to be good friends, and we work a little bit.
Yeah.
Really, I have nothing to do with this based off just bold reactions that Drew listens to. And so it's like, but I work on stuff too, and so sometimes we come up with the same idea, but we do it in completely different ways or the same.
A few times.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see how it lines up.
Nothing much to discuss here. Corrupted Paladin, Corrupted Priest. They are mini bosses. Done. Plague Daughters mini boss. They're pretty popular. The 2 sisters. They are a gang mini boss.
Gang mini boss.
Yeah, and they have an ability called the Sisters Bond. Catch this one. A model with this rule is always considered to be within bonded range while on the same dungeon tile.
Okay.
Then Astrid, the redhead who's living, she is obviously corrupted and undead. She has something called Protective Sister. And I'll tell you, the little bit of lore here, just for them, right? There's a little bit of lore.
Oh,
I'm like, man, I gotta write a novel for all this stuff. Like this.
You really could.
I could do a trilogy based on this, like literally. But
yeah, do it.
You
don't have time, but
I kind of got. We'll have a conversation off camera about that.
Sure.
Didn't go well. We'll just say it that. Or was it received well?
That's fine. I think you said enough.
Yeah. She has Protective Sister, which is while bonded, if Ygritte is reduced to 0 hit points, Astrid will instead suffer 1 point of damage, regardless of crits or abilities such as massive damage. Ygritte will remain in play with 1 hit point remaining until either Astrid is defeated or is slain outside of the bonded range. So, basically, as long as Astrid is alive, she can't be killed. But she'll suffer a single point of damage, regardless of how much damage she takes if she wants to save her. So if she
have to prioritize. Okay.
So if she's crit with massive damage, it's 3 points of damage. She still only suffers 1. She suffers none. Well, if it'll kill her, she stays on the board with 1. She takes damage normally until she gets whittled down to 1. So basically, anytime she dies, she'll do that ability.
I'm trying to think how to phrase this, but I think especially in arcade, I like things that make you use strategy.
Yeah.
Because that's the number one thing I hear from all the arcade fans is like, oh, it's too easy. You do this, this, and this, and that's it. And it's like, well, things like this and the spotters will mix it up and give someone something fresh to do.
Get ready for this, because Astrid will always target the hero with the least wrath, and Egret will always prioritize the hero with the most wrath.
Very nice.
And if you draw a challenge card that you're supposed to target just the person with the lowest, they'll both go after the lowest at that point, and then next turn go back to the normal threat consideration. Then we have Malia, Mistress of Poison, daughter of Joraguma, and all her fine treasure here. That's right, I have created treasure, because you're all bloodthirsty. So every one of these raid bosses have now also become dungeon bosses to increase your utility. Pre-order them now at teamdrewsbasement.com. I think I lost you, Chris. Are you there? Chris? Oh, you're back. Got you.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It dropped.
Occasionally my internet likes to pretend it's not on.
Ah, okay.
That's probably all it was.
So basically these raid bosses all became dungeon bosses. So you now have double the use of them. So again, pre-order them at teamdrewsbasement.com. They're delightful. Balia is adorable. She has Mistress of Poison. So that she has a new ability called Arachne, which is a model with Arachne may move over and stop their movement on top of structure and statue squares as though they were open spaces. It's like a Temu version of Fly. Like she can't cross chasms, but she can walk on structures.
Okay. I was gonna say it sounds like Leap, but
yeah, some connected. Sorry.
Okay.
So for those who just missed it, we're just talking about the shield. It has critical defense. It can do things to people. Sorry. Sorry about that, Chris.
If this splits into, you should probably hit record if you didn't.
No, it's still a single live stream. It just need to be refreshed for some reason. It was weird.
Okay, I was just saying if it does split, let me know. I can
Gotcha.
do everything with it.
So Joragera is the eldest daughter. She's the most serious of them all, like in terms of like her lore.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like she looks after her doofy Balia and her emo sister Melita.
Melita's my favorite.
Melita's great. She has some cool abilities, and she's tough. Melita, the emo one.
Yeah, and no offense to Jorah Jr., but like she's literally Jorah Guma Jr. is what.
Yeah, basically,
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Melita has an ability called Lifting the Mask, where I brought back something that we don't see enough of either. Sweep 3, Strength versus Will.
Oh yeah. You were telling me.
So you gotta do like different rolls now, more than just armor. And if you fail, you suffer the cold effect. And then she's got her weapons. I've created a couple of abilities in here that I don't want to talk about yet.
No, that's fine. Yeah, leave some surprises.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all coming. If you're releasing it for free, again, bless you. But like, yeah, by all means, tease some things, leave some others, because I'll probably spend a whole weekend just reading through this thing.
Troll Queen, she's just tough. She's got 12 hit points. She has the rule of sturdy, so you can't crit her ever. So you have to do 12 successful attacks against her to kill her.
Nice.
I preferred that over tough because it gives her more staying power.
That is interesting. That's an interesting way to equivalent those things. Now, sturdy, is it no massive damage and no criticals?
No crit,
just
no
criticals?
massive damage. No, both.
Okay.
So you have to hit her 12 times.
Can you imagine if she was sturdy and tough?
It'd be brutal. It'd be absolutely brutal. I'm not doing that.
No, that'd be crazy, yeah.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, you might experience that in the raids, but anyway.
Yeah.
But I found that the biggest issue with arcade is by the time you get to the bosses, it's 6 rolls and you're done.
To be fair, it's like that in Explore 2, like at least under 2.0.
Yeah.
Once the heroes gain that momentum, they're just finishing it up. Like they get to a certain point, they peak, and then they take off. So, and there's some basic strategy you can do as a console, but usually I'm concentrating on just kind of us both having a good time.
Yeah, so I've made it where the bosses in arcade provide a little more of a challenge than just, oh look, I have 8 hit points and low armor, kill me. I don't know why I said that voice, but He has an ability that gives wave 2. Every enemy around him gets +2 range.
Is he 14?
10.
10. Oh
health.
God.
Yeah. I would.
My eyes. That's why I'm doing this the whole time, and like
Bro, I would never do that to you ever. So Celestial Minotaurs from Conquest has his own. So here's a new thing that I did that you might really dig.
Oh, what's up?
Changes things up. The Celestial Greatsword, +1 green strength, +1 green armor. Has the ability two-handed weapon. All melee attacks get +1 range. This item counts as both an emerald and citrine treasure when equipped. The emerald slot may not have an item equipped to it. If items
Two-handed.
If items are equipped in either or both slots, they must be discarded to equip this item. So it's a legit two-handed item.
That's fantastic. Good job.
I was actually, when I came up with it, I was like, I'm pretty fucking proud of this.
I was honestly, I was kind of struggling. I might steal the concept, but like I was struggling with how to do that in one of my projects. It's like, how do you represent two-handed if it's like it's 4 slots? And so then I went to like a multi-slot system that's different.
So anywhere that I do the two-handed, I basically give it a citrine and emerald whatever, and then it's just, you can only have the one item. So if this one item gets destroyed, now you're down 2 weapons. Or 2 treasure. Yeah, it's a thing.
I'm just trying to think, like, and I'm not telling you to do this because it will look silly. If you center it and put a 1 on either side, I might do that just to see what it looks like. But again, it looks silly in my head. So professionally, do what you're doing. Don't try to change
Gotcha. So I told you I'd never hit you with 14 health, which I'm still being honest about. So Euthraxia, the first dragon, has 16 health.
But it's Yanthrax, yeah.
She has strength 7. So this one in particular, by the way, is based around the treasure that she brings, and I'll explain that in a second.
Okay.
She has a tail whip, which is an automatic attack, which attacks a single attack on the hero with the least rat that is in range. So she does that. So she makes her regular attacks and basically a free tail attack at a weaker opponent. She has Titanic size rules because she's so big, which is similar to her Horfangs.
Oh, so you went with Titanic as the keyword?
Yeah. Instead of, I think theirs is like massive or gargantuan or whatever.
Monstrous, I think, is the 3x3.
So this is Titanic because she is so big. Takes up 16 squares.
Okay.
But all of her treasure gives citrine dice.
Oh, yeah.
So like +1 citrine strength, +1 citrine will. Like, it's legit stronger stuff. And I'll get to what the citrine symbols and stuff do in a minute. And then you have Celeste riding Mr. Buttons, who obviously I wouldn't do 14 damage. She has 18.
Now, just to clarify, because my immediate thought was, is that 18 total, or do they have different health meters?
No, it's one model. It's her riding Mr. Buttons. 18 health total. But all of her equipment gives amethyst dice. So it's not just, like, oh, I'm going to do this with red dice. No, you're getting the elite dice. You're getting the strongest dice in the game if you take her as the boss. But her and Euthraxia both, by the way, have a term I made called Legendary Foe, which is basically like 9 lives, where the first time they're defeated, you roll a green dice. If a heart potion symbol is rolled, they're considered defeated as normal. Otherwise, they heal the number of stars rolled and stand back up.
Okay.
So if you roll 4 stars, instead of being dead, she's now standing up with 4 more stars, and the player turn ends and she goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
that's pretty nice, yeah.
Her and Euthraxia are specifically designed around the fact that their equipment gives you a lot of, like, powerful abilities.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be, like, the penultimate of the Plague Throne style bosses, so.
Now, and there's different ways to do the treasures. Like, some people set them up where it's like, those are the top ones. But, like, there's no guarantee normally that you would get those things.
No, we shuffle it.
Yeah. So, like, that does give, like, a challenge to the bosses. And those are not normal bosses. Like, just to be clear to everyone listening and to the conversation, those are, like, end-of-game bosses, essentially. If you want to, like, compare it to, like, a video game. Celeste is the character of the Plague Throne. Anthraxia is a great titanic undead dragon.
Yep.
So,
the mother of nightmares, the first dragon in Crystallia. She's a lot of things. And she got her treasure actually it does some really cool stuff too. I'm not gonna like we said, I'm gonna leave some stuff for people to discover when they get the book. But like her wings are a cloak that do something called Wing Buffet. It's really good. It's like a lance push attack.
Wing buffeting or not buffeting?
Yeah, wing buffet. Yeah.
Okay, so the way you said it, it just sounded like it was an all-you-can-eat
No,
buffet.
I said buffet, yeah, and it was her wings. And I'm
so
like,
you
I'm
just
a
eat
dummy.
those wings all day long.
Yeah.
Kind
So,
of, actually.
Something I do for people who don't have the citrine or amethyst dice. Here's your dice conversion chart. So you can wield a yellow d6 and a purple d6, and it's all right there laid out for you, good to go.
Now, there was an official card that was released with the dice chart on it. Is that an extension of that, or is this something you made on your own?
So, yes, but I actually explain what they do as well. So the Citrine Burst symbol, if no items are equipped that have a Citrine Burst ability, rolling a Citrine Burst will make an attack automatically hit. And
Interesting.
Amethyst, if you roll the Amethyst symbol, it's an automatic crit.
Okay.
And that's if you don't have abilities, which we'll get to.
Yeah. The original one isn't that thorough. I think it was just blue, red, green.
Yeah.
And it was only the numbers in the dice, no explanation on the right.
Yeah, no, I gave a little explanation of everything and all this, but
this looks much better.
Boss Challenge deck I just cleaned up, so we have a high DPI version of it that people can print out. I replaced it with just some silly banter of like the characters of the Plague Throne. You know, and I give the back of the card too, which is over here. Then I have the back of the Arcade Challenge deck, so you can print all this out. It's all the challenges, nothing to go over.
Oh, this is more of a me thing because I missed it for years. Do you have the boss fight stuff in there, or is that just boss challenge stuff to you?
This is the boss fight challenge deck.
There was actually something that said boss fight at one point. I can show you later. But
no, it's the same thing.
I agree because that's why I missed it for years. But then someone pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was a different."
It's the same thing.
It's functionally the same thing, but I just, some people, and we talked all sorts, like get stuck on things.
Yeah. No, that I found that there was a lot of consistency issues. And then I did the arcade plot deck, made it nice and clean and clear. Because the biggest problem I had was printing. Like, I got a lot of funky results with the printing. So it's all 300 DPI, crystal clear. You should be able to just drop it in. Again, if you have a relative idea of what you're doing. Town and Time Vendor. So, Town Vendor, it's all the stuff you can buy, what it costs, and the cards that are associated with it. So, like, one-use items like the Fire Bomb, Hex Bomb, Poison Bomb. Time Vendor has a thing called a reset button. And then it has actual items that you can buy and bring into the dungeons. Which, again, I'll let you all read when it's there because there's some new stuff with that is not in the other stuff. Then we enter the end game, which says, congratulations, welcome to the end game. So this tells you how Heroes and Raids work, how it sets up. Save point sheet, which is basically going to just let you know, okay, we met this Thursday, we're not going to meet again for another 2 weeks. Before we go into the next wing, here's where we left off. Just a little thing to keep track. And this is a big thing about raids. There are multiple wings for a reason. Each wing is essentially just another dungeon. So you don't have to do it all in one sitting. You do one raid, one wing, done. You save your characters there. Whoever went in are the characters that are going to continue. You don't swap out characters between wings. That's the big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, like, listen, if you just took all 10 heroes from this, right? You can't all of a sudden be like, all right, Truthalian's dropping, we're taking this guy. Like, no, like, that's the 10 heroes. If you want to change out heroes, you abandon the raid and reset it.
What if all my heroes die during the first wing?
Save points. So you reset, you heal up, whatever, and you can go back and attempt it again, but all progress of that wing is done.
Okay.
So if you made to the third tile, resets back to tile 1, everyone's back to level 1. That's it.
Okay. So yeah.
If you die on wing 2, you can restart wing 2. If you die on the boss fight, you restart on the boss fight.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So okay, I see. By design, like you'd have to restart and try again.
Right.
Pretty standard. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going. My brain is trying to do something. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Don't say those words out loud. So.
All good. So before each chapter, or before each wing, you have the big artwork, just to show where you are, with the little itsy bitsy spider that I love, and then the 3 sisters, the queen of the doofy smile herself. And it gives you just a little story intro into it. This is the elemental temple itself. And here's what's going to really tickle your pickle, Chris. The rating armor sets.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this a couple times, yeah.
So basically, this will show you what's available to you based on your stats. So if you wanted a tanking set, this focuses more on armor and stuff like that. And it breaks up into 6 different kinds, I think. Is it 6? I think it's 6. So you have tanking, which is more armor heavy, but still gives you bonuses to strength and other stats. The melee dexterity one, so if you're wielding like the Riffling Rogue, this is more beneficial to that, where like its ability is when attacking an enemy, if you roll a citrine burst and the attack is successful, apply 1 status effect of your choosing. You have range dex armor set, the will caster set, which is more like DPS based. Then you have the will support set, which is that one is actually really good. It basically has an ability with the burst where you just are better at healing and removing status effects. So each one will also have the card back that you can just put on the back of all of them when you print the cards. And on the back of one of them, I always do it the one with the citrine dice, is
Okay.
It tells you what the support set bonus is. So it says if you have all 4 equipped, it increases the citrine ability to this. So it just improves on the ability. Then you have a strength set for strength DPS.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then you move on to basically the raid layout gives you the overall 3 raid wings, 4 tiles each, 3 boss fights, single tiles, and 1 raid boss fight, which whatever. It tells you how loot works, which is big, because you roll for loot based on when you defeat a boss, and what kind of boss it was determines what die you roll. So it shows you the results and what you get. How to set up the raid wing. This one has a unique plot that I'm not... You can see that there's something going on here with dice. I'm not going to reveal too much of that because that's a surprise for you. And then it talks about the dungeon boss setup. And it gives you... So this is different. They have their own chart that they just keep repeating until the fight's done. And then they have different stats than their cards. So like the Tora Oni and the Tanchio Oni, those are the models you're going to use. This tells you what they do. And different stats and different abilities, but it's essentially that model, but a little different. And a little
What are
more
those
powerful.
numbers over there?
Where? Here?
The hearts. Just, I mean, like like the Tora Oni heart.
40 hearts, 40 hearts.
40, okay.
Because let me tell you, well, the armor's not insane. So at the end game, their armor's 6.
But you're just so close to this. I think it's really important to point out that it's a 40 in a Super Dungeon game. And so, like, when we're looking at, like, well, what's Godzilla going to have? Probably like 20, right? And we thought that was a big number. So this is crazy pants numbers, but it's going to match the game because that's the whole boss. That's like the whole battle is that boss fight, right?
Right. So like that's the wing is you're fighting these two together, and it's supposed to be like an MMO raid. Like, so for this one, you're gonna have your main tank tanking one, your off tank tanking the other. You know, you're gonna want to split up your support and DPS. You want to keep them out of the range of their attacks. This was a pretty straight tank and spank battle. Just positioning matters where you are when they start doing their sweep attacks. And that's something that I focus on with these raids. They're different than the normal Super Dungeon boss fights. It's not, here's their card, rinse and repeat. it's like there's tactics to this that you're gonna figure out as you play through. Some you might pick up as you're reading what they do. So it continues on. This one is a single boss, the Iron Golem. So just so you know, a normal card is about this big. This is the card for it. He has descending health, so he has 50 health, but he has sturdy, so you can never crit him or massive damage him.
Jeez. Okay.
That's why he only has 50 hit points. But as he goes down, when he reaches 30 hit points left, he loses sturdy.
That's cool.
When he has 20 left, he loses lance and greatsword. When he's down to 10 or less, he can no longer perform vent steam, which is a powerful ability.
And so that's actually kind of reminiscent in my head. It's like pieces fall off him as you beat him down. And
Exactly.
So he loses those chunks or whatever that protect him.
Exactly. So then we get to the Raid Wing boss fight, which I'll show you here. These tiles will be available for download for free as well. This shows you how to set them up. And the crazy thing about this boss fight, so I set it up where all you need to know is you can leave your book open like this and read everything you need.
That's the Three Sisters? Yeah.
Yeah, so the way the boss fight works is, I'll explain it just so people get an idea, is Joragera is going to set up here, two sisters here, and basically what happens is the longer you stand next to the sisters, the more tokens you get. Every token that you get increases their strength against you. So what you're doing throughout the course of trying to take them down is your two tanks are doing the tank dance, where they flip-flop who they're going to tank and get the threat from. So
yeah, I mean, that's 3 bosses at the same time with WOSDEC level health is...
Yeah. We played it, and this was the one where Logan, I told you from the Red Hair Inn, lost his mind with so much fun. So while you're taking down those two, you want to have 2 other ranged, either Will or Dex. They attack Joragera, and they can't hurt... Oh, no, I think I changed that. They can't hurt her. But they whittle her down, and she's attacking them, but against her attack while she's in her aura that you can't tank her, your defense rolls are made using Dex or Will only. No armor.
Oh, okay.
So you keep the ranged DPS guy tanking her to keep her busy from attacking random people in the party, while the 2 actual tanks are going back and forth with the 2 sisters. Once the 2 sisters are down, her aura drops and she takes on a new attack style, and from there it becomes like a take and spank with her abilities. Okay. But it's wild.
But again, strategy. Like it's a different game at that point.
It is and it isn't, because it's still very Super Dungeon.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not.
But it's just Super Dungeon with thinking. Like
that sounds so much worse.
I know, I didn't say that right.
No, it's with strategy, and like that's what you're adding to it with this sort of thing. And if you don't want this sort of thing, then don't play with it. Like that's what the other versions are for. But this was, if I'm remembering correctly, this was the goal of the project, was to do raid level stuff like this.
Yeah, this was supposed to be like the penultimate point of the game. And so, but these, again, this boss battle's like, these 3, like, you got to take out these 2, then you can pour everything into this one, and then you win the day. And then you have a little closure of the story here that I'm not going to tell you what happens, but it is a very... Don't read it. Then you have the Miss Morn Ziggurat, where you have your opening story. Then you have so now you have the taking tier 2 tokens that you can get in this one. So this shows you how they upgrade. Again, same sets. Just
now, clarification: you can only get the tier 1 stuff in the Plague Throne story. They're tied by name, or is it just whatever you craft?
You can only get the tier 1 tokens in the Elemental Temple of Joragumo. You can only get the tier 2 tokens in the Mistborn Ziggurat. You can only get the tier 3 tokens in the Plague Throne.
Okay, and that's the design of it. Of course, if you want to swash them around and play them in different orders, you could, but why would you do that?
Well, it's part of the raid boss chart, but again, it's your game. Do what you want.
Yeah, we're not coming to your house and stopping you. I mean,
exactly.
But yeah, I think it makes sense to play it as intended.
Yeah. So here we go. I actually have a misprint here that I had to investigate and see what the hell happened, where they reprinted like 3 pages. Yeah, I don't know what happened. No, I already reached out. There's a couple issues with this book that I already reached out to them about. So
No, that's good. That's why they sent you one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now you have in this one you're gonna fight an enhanced Goro. You're gonna fight.
Okay.
What?
I forgot who he was for a second. I was just like, Goro.
You're gonna fight-
like the big kitty.
Yeah, you're gonna fight the Forgotten King in a crazy form, where he's also gonna summon Oko Shrooms. How you pronounce it?
Okay. I think it's Oko, but...
You're gonna fight Roxor, the Elemental Fire. He's gonna summon Blaze Beetles and Blazing Gels.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna fight the Thresher, who's gonna be the Elemental Shadow. He can summon his Burlap Baddies. And then this is the raid map, which will also be for free for download, 24x24 for the dungeon boss, for the raid boss battle.
24. Okay, so it's basically a Super Dungeon Arena board.
Essentially, yes, with the ziggurat. Now, I don't have the lines and anything on here because I just want people to be able to see the setup. So you deploy your heroes around. You have the king and the queen. And then when you get to the next part where Horfang spawns, right there. And then right here, this page has been intentionally left blank. It tells you that, just so you know. So this way, when you're doing the battle, everything's in one area. So this way, you just leave this page open. You got the queen, the king, and the spirit of the elements, which is represented by Horfang or an equivalent model. You could use the undead dragon. TeamChooseBasement.com.
Anthrax.
Yeah. So the way this fights...
I did want to. I thank you for considering this because I remember Warhammer 40k codexes where I'm constantly like flipping it to the point where I almost rip the page out.
Well, that's the thing. I wanted to leave as much flipping as out as possible. So basically, the way this fight works is during the fight, once either the Troll King or Troll Queen is reduced to 30 hit points, you remove them both from the board and put down the dragon model. When the dragon model is defeated, you peel it off. You put the queen and the king back on. And then when they're defeated one more time, you put on the phase 2, the Spirit of the Elements, where they're basically, fluff-wise, their souls are combining and making the Spirit of the Mistborn appear when they suffer enough damage. And then once you defeat the Spirit of the Mistborn, you beat the raid. That battle is... When I play tested it was a 2-hour battle, which seems like a long time, but it moves because it's multiple phases. And that's the thing about the raid boss fights is they're just meant to be the dungeon.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where.
No, I'm sorry. It was an hour and a half. It wasn't 2 hours. Hour and a half. Sorry.
Well, that's still a good gaming session. Now, it's not maybe a D&D day, but
no.
But that's what we were talking about earlier. It's like there'd been some discussion before where it's like a couple things would be multi-session, but they're really a series of single session, a series of single sessions.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
So then you get. I'm sorry.
No, but that's what a campaign is. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the ultimate raid, the Plague Throne. Crazy story here that you'll just have to read and enjoy. Then we get to the tier 3 tanking or tier 3 armor sets. Powerful stuff. Like the shoulders are +1 green strength, +1 green armor, +1 amethyst armor for the shield, which uses the amethyst burst ability, which is really good. Again, range set for Dex, close combat for Dex, caster set for Will. Wait, did I do that right? Oh yeah, it is in there. Okay. Will support set, and of course the strength set to end it for strength DPS. And again, like you see, like all these dice, but like it's strength, Dex, and armor. Strength, 1 green strength, 1 red strength, 1 red armor. So like you're getting abilities to defend against all these attacks besides just, like, oh, I'm a strength guy. I guess I'll get everything in strength. Like, this balances your character for the raids. So this one is it's 3 raid wings, but here's the thing: these take a little more time. They're 5 tiles each.
Okay. Wow.
But there's 3 boss fights incorporated into the tiles, and 2 raid boss fights, which is different. So first one, you can actually see these are the snow tiles I made for the game. That'll be free for download as well.
Okay.
It shows you how to set them up, basically for... You don't have to set them up like this, but specifically for the boss battle, it shows you where to deploy them. Because it's going to
it looks like you're working your way through the snowfields into the temple.
Into the Plague Throne, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So you have Elric the Lich King and Krampus are teamed up. Then in the next wing, by the way, this right here, this Plague Pegasus, if you're coming to Lit, you'll learn what this is, and that's all I can say.
Okay.
So again, raid wing boss tactics. They tell you what to do. This one has Jorogomo and Onryu teaming up. Then in the next wing, it's Arafel and Beatrix teaming up against you.
Okay.
And then we get to Euthraxia, who, yes, that says 100 hit points. This is a 12 by 24 tile, which will be free for download. She sets up in the middle. She has tactics based on her health. So from 100 to 70 hit points, you battle her as normal. Everything that she does is over here. All her keywords, everything she does. From 69 to 50, she flies into the sky and attacks with a range of 5 squares or greater. She may only be targeted by attacks with a range of 5 or greater.
Oh, okay.
So while she's up there, she's doing all this. She's doing like these attacks at like random people and flying in the air. So it's not really a threat game at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And down the bottom are 6 fire flowers pots that you're tanking and trying to take out while she's in the air.
Okay.
Which their little stuff is down here. And
I like the fire flower pots. They're actually fun.
Yeah. And then when you get to 49 health, she comes back down as normal. And then when she has 25 health or less, her Inescapable Jaws ability becomes a signature action, and Locust Swarm becomes wave 5. So basically, in her last 25 hit points, she just starts to rage out and hits you harder.
Yeah, as you do. Yeah.
As you would expect. So the Celeste boss fight is crazy, as it should be.
Yeah.
So in phase 1, she sets up at the throne. Again, this throne tile will be available for download as well, another 12 by 24. Phase 2, her and Mr. Button set up opposite each other. In phase 3, she spawns there. So phase 1, she has a really cool thing here. Where is it? Lady? Okay, so she has an ability called Lady of Plagues, where Aura 3. While within this aura, healing effects are reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1, and the poison status effect does not get removed. Oh no, I'm sorry. Plague Aura. Here we go. Plague Aura. Aura 6. If a hero is slain while within this aura, immediately replace the hero's model with an undead model from your collection. This undead minion has the following rules. So basically, any hero she kills, even if you're bringing it back with princess coins, turns into an undead creature under her control. In that aura.
Okay.
I
like it.
So for phase 2, her and Mr. Buttons, it's 2 bosses, so you're going to want to have 2 tanks going. And then in phase 3, she's by herself, but like really strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the end of the story. And cute Mr. Buttons. And
I thought he was holding the axe. I was like, that's impressive.
He's sitting next to the fallen axe. All I will spoil about this is I shared this story, the ending, with someone I knew, and she was bawling, crying, saying that Mr. Buttons is the best boy and she would die for him.
The best bear.
Yeah.
Oh. That'd be a heck of a poll, Chompers versus Mr. Buttons.
Yeah. And then you have just the general copyright info that's now going to be on the back of the book, probably.
Yeah, that makes sense to move that back there. I get that.
And then we have something here that you're going to have to get the book to find out what that is.
And that's good tease, yeah.
You think that's a tease? Wait till you see what's after that.
No, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm excited. I want to see what that is. I've been excited like for a year, like, or more actually. Now I think about it, to get to this point where I can be excited that it's almost going to be here. If I'm just being completely honest, because it's come so far. It's been like 11 years or something, and then for it to be
technically speaking, I've been working. It hasn't been seriously worked on until the past few years, but I would say just dabbling and doing things for my group for the past 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's not to say like, oh, he's been working so hard. No, but just the fact that it's persisted that long. Anyone who's worked on something for an extended period of time, will know. Drew, if you have a thing of water, will you please drink something?
Why?
Because you're I can hear your throat getting there. Please hydrate for me.
I'm out.
But anyone
I'm out.
who's
I have
worked on
nothing.
anything for a period of time knows that like momentum is the biggest thing, and as soon as you lose momentum, you don't want to keep going, and like a lot of people just drop off, and that's where like a lot of books don't come out and everything like that. And so like it's the persistence is a talent or a skill or whatever you want to call it. I just don't want to discount it.
Well, I appreciate that. It's the failed Kickstarter, the failed Game Found. It definitely put I mean, I flipped out to you a couple times where I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? Is it even worth putting out? And I don't know. I just buckled down and just said, fuck it, I'm doing it.
No, and again, I appreciate it. And no one would have blamed you at any point if you'd given up on it. But it's the reaction from the community at large, because they're rightfully upset at previous things, and like it's not fair for it to come out on you, but it's fair that they're not interested anymore.
Right.
And for that said, there's still like been a lot of like little support here and there, and then you know firsthand what your orders are like, and have any.
Here's what I'll say about the
great.
orders. They're not the dream number, but they're better than my cautious, realistic expectation. So I consider that a win. Let's put it this way. All the money that I've personally put into this project, I would say at this point I've pretty much covered. Like between the 3D models, getting stuff test printed, all that stuff. Like all the money that I've invested over the time has really kind of come back, which is nice. So I wouldn't call it a profit, but it's, it's good. And it was money I was spending and that's the thing. It's the money I was spending anyway because I was going to do it for my group.
Yeah, and if you can do it for more,
right,
all the better, right?
Yeah, listen, I would love to. I kept the cost down as much as possible because I want people to be able to buy this pretty cheap. I'm making the rules free. It's 260 something pages. Like it's got a lot of content there that we just went over, so you can see how much is in it.
Yeah,
and it's pick and choose. Like if there's something in it you really don't want to use, don't use it. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, the thing that I think a lot of people, especially at the beginning, they couldn't grasp this. I saw this, what we showed today, the concept of it then, and like I think a lot of people couldn't. They wanted to know it was real. They want a shelf product, which I don't agree with that mentality.
Right.
But I'm hoping this video shows how real it is and how close it is to where they can get a book for themselves.
Well, that's the thing. Is because you and I have witnessed it a couple times now where people are like, yeah, I'm not going to pre-order because I've seen too many things like not happen. Like this is real. Like this is here. It's not hypothetical. Like it's actually happening.
Yeah, and with the state of everything, like I totally get it. Like I'm not mad at those people who
100%
don't believe in pre-ordering. Like yeah, let's be clear. And Drew, you're much nicer than me. Like in the end of it, but like even I'm like, yeah, I get it. I want people to feel comfortable where their money goes.
Yeah.
But I think that you're somewhere where like their money should be comfortable going, and that's not.
Well, thank you.
Hey, we've been friends for years. We bonded over Super Dungeon.
Yeah. That's how we met. It was literally Super Dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan, but I'm not really biased. I tell Drew sometimes his ideas are bad. I feel a little bad about it, but
it never bothers me.
A couple bad ideas.
Listen, not all my ideas are great. Not all yours are great, and we tell each other, I don't really like that. I don't really like that, and it is what it is.
Yeah, and we disagree on some stuff. Yeah, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not like I'm not going to speak to you. No, none of that nonsense. But like, I'm pro pet. Just the big thing that I think is funny. I'm pro pet. Like I like a character that's pet centric. I would love a character that like is weak, but it summons characters to do. And it's kind of what Toons is, and it's kind of what Obor is. But they can stand on their own as well.
Yeah.
But like that's neither here nor there. But you're grown there, I think, is an acceptable response.
Yeah. You know what it is? Because the problem is not. I don't have an issue with pets. The problem is from playing Warhammer, from testing other games.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact as soon as a person says I'm going to test this raid, I bring 10 characters and 10 pets, it's going to shit the whole game. And it's going to be like, this is boring. I have 20 guys to move. How does this even work? And it's just me going the whole time. It's just that motion.
Well, Drew, when I do it, hopefully I'll record it so that you can...
Just have a
maybe I'll give you
nosebleed?
the highlight reels.
Give an aneurysm? Oh.
Because that's honestly, I do want to test that out. Because just because we had that conversation, it's like,
Yeah.
well, I really want to see how bad it is, and I'll probably end up agreeing with you afterwards.
And
But-
the other thing to consider too is the raid enemies are also stronger than just the level 10 bonuses.
Mm.
Like, they're brutal. Like, they're gonna F your pets up.
And that's what they're there for.
Yeah. But
Oh.
but I will say this, officially 100% honest. I have playtested the raids. They move pretty well. Like, they work well, but they are like the thing that, like, the best reaction was my dad. My dad loves to do damage, it's his thing. So he shoots this elite like 6 times or whatever. I don't remember how many times, but like, or it should have been like 6 damage from like crits and everything. I'm like, yeah, cool. He goes, is he still there? And I go, yeah, he's still there. And he goes, why? And I'm like, welcome to raiding, big guy. I'm like, you have 10 heroes on the board. It's gonna take 2 guys at minimum to take down an elite. At minimum. Not, one guy had bad rolling, one guy had good rolling, so it took 2. Like, it's 2 guys minimum to take down an elite, dude. Like, especially with the minions and everything. So,
I look forward to dying several times playing WOSDEC stuff. So
the raids, you know what though? It's not terrible. You can craft princess coins. There's other stuff you can do to like boost your survivability. It all stacks, and that's the thing. And you know, like, yeah, you might fail the dungeon boss a couple of times for the raids, but again, with the save point, I didn't beat the 3 sisters. All right, re-rack, we're gonna do it again. We got the time, you know. Get a new order pizza. We're doing this again, you know, like. You can do that.
yeah, and I'm a firm believer of learning through experience. So like that's gonna happen at some point.
Oh, 100%.
All right,
But I think
Okay.
that's it. I think that's everything.
well, I got a few more questions to wrap things up because I
Okay.
do want to ask a couple more things here. And my computer's like on the verge of crashing, so I can't touch anything. So
Okay.
bear with me while I.
Will it into existence?
Are you willing to tell us about the other thrones? Because I made the porcelain throne joke earlier, like what the future plans are for WOSDEC there. I'm
Yeah.
asking these out of order, but
No, you know what? Where is...
and you absolutely don't have to. And I wouldn't give us, because I think you've shown me something, but I wouldn't give us more than the title and maybe that front page that you'd done.
You know what? I'm not gonna answer that question. Just know...
That's a good answer.
Here's how I'll answer that question. There's more to WOSDEC than just the Plague Throne. There is oodles of more content in my brain, and anyone who has met me and all my friends know me, they will tell you I never stop working. So while I'm working on the Plague Throne, getting the book revised, getting it done, I might just be sitting at work eating lunch, and I'll create a new raid or a new dungeon or a new narrative story. Like, oh, this would be a great 3-chapter, narrative dungeon series. So let's put it this way: is there anything officially beyond the Plague Throne right now? No. Is there other thrones in existence in my head, like for lore and fluff and other stuff?
Oh, did you
and
freeze
potential?
up? Am I disconnected? I'm disconnected.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Are you back? You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
We're both going real slow right now. Oh my lord.
Okay, we're wrapping up, but yeah.
Well, hopefully it catches
Long,
the audio.
short, there's more ideas.
Yeah. Okay. Right, I think we're back now. Yeah. There's a lot more ideas. There's more thrones in my head for the story that could come into play. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so and just want to touch on like what the dates kind of are. There's a couple questions here that are kind of things like, are you still going to be doing like updates and letting us know what's going on with things, and like kind of how long is that going to go on?
I'll answer that question. My pleasure, Borks. Thank you for stopping in and watching. And so in terms of updates and stuff, to answer the update question, there's not many more updates to give. other than when the PDF goes live and. What do you mean in terms of updates?
Because I just meant like not updates to the content that you're releasing, just updates you telling us about WOSDEC development and stuff, like, and like what you're doing with the basement and things like that.
Yeah,
like you're gonna keep posting on Instagram and things like that. But I mean, but how much of that is gonna be WOSDEC?
So something I have in the wheelhouse, or I don't know, is I'm going to play through the Plague Throne and film it and do like a battle report with it. And I'm going to release each chapter of the narrative, each chapter of the Temporal Caverns, and I'm going to do each raid as well. And I'm going to film them all. And it's going to be like 30-something videos, maybe 40, but it'll all come out, and I'll basically build my guild as I go. And listen, if I can get a consistent group of players to film it with me, that'd be rad. But if I had to do it myself, I'd do it myself. I actually bought a camcorder for it. I have all sorts of passion projects and ideas going in my head. I think what's going to depend on how much of that becomes WOSDEC specific is people's response to this. I mean, it's going to sound like a cop-out, and it's not meant to. But I'm doing this all on my own in terms of production, development, writing, all that. It's my first time getting things out there like this. It's not going to be perfect. You know, like, it's... Yeah. I have an editor who's looking over things, and he's doing a great job. I'm looking over things. I have so many highlights of, like, little shit I got to fix. A word might be misspelled in 268 pages. You know, like, a mini might come to you, and something's deformed. I'll do my best to get you a replacement. You know, like, it's not going to be smooth sailing like I'm an established company of, like, you know, I've released these 30 games. I have everything to do with science. No, like, I'm literally figuring this out as I go. And I think, to give myself a little grace, I've done really well with managing things, because I'm ahead of schedule on the minis. People have already received them. I actually, behind me right now, I have 3 more dragons printing, so I can pack up another 3 orders. It's, like, I'm really proud of myself of getting that done and getting it out efficiently.
You should be.
But if this is received and people go, this is fucking dog shit, don't ever do this again, and that's the majority response, I might work on one of my RPGs instead.
Yeah, no, and I totally get that. Now, I will say, like, I don't really see the point, people, like, in doing that response. But if that's how you feel, that's a fair response. Sorry, a valid feeling.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you to bother Drew with it. But as someone who works on crazy stuff all the time, it's the stuff that people react to, especially positively, that makes to the top of the stack. So if your RPGs are doing more favorably, I totally get that. Like, maybe put this on the back burner for a year.
To be honest, between me and you and the wall, I would love to run my D&D campaign of 29 years and running, keep that going. But I would like to make, in terms of development, WOSDEC my main thing. I can just keep making more content for it.
That'd be awesome.
Here's another main point before you comment.
Sure.
Is I need certain permissions to do that. And
officially.
I need official permissions to do it. Yeah. Because the only way I would do it is if I'm doing it the way I'm doing it now. Where I do it all, they invest nothing, they get nothing.
Okay.
You know, like, that's how I'd want to do it. You know, I would just want to keep creating WOSDEC as WOSDEC, expand on it, have permission to build on it. You know, and just really, I would love to release some war bands, some more mini bosses, some more tiles officially, you know, but it's my hands are bound to what I can do. And I think because this is the first attempt at it, you know, I think they're definitely tighter on what I can do. Mm-hmm. And that maybe if I say, hey, I'd like to do more with it, maybe they go, all right, cool, like, have more fun, you know. But that's not up to me. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a wide range of possibilities. Almost anything could happen. So we'll leave that to the future.
And I realize that that's not a great answer. It's pretty open. but you know what? Here we go.
But that's the reality.
TLDR. Yeah. I want WOSDEC to be my mainstay.
I think it's a great want to have, but the ability to decide that isn't available at the moment.
Right.
That's the reality of it. And
it boils down
you can
to
always
them.
do amateur and keep it in the basement. So I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I have so much lore and fluff in my head. Like, I would love to. I'll keep going in the basement, but I would love to make it public, like I did with this.
Yeah.
And I mean, from what I've seen from the people in the chat and stuff, like everyone's digging it. Like, it's not like they're like, "Oh, this is completely no." Like, it's an add-on to the game, which I think is a big point of it too. Is I'm not trying to take it and change the rule system. I'm just saying, hey, it runs like arcade, but now you can do all this too.
Yeah, that's something we've discussed before. There's a programming like I don't know if it's a mantra, but like idiom of like you always want to add to, not delete. And I think Drew's done a very good job of adding to and making things optional, and then especially like with the modifications. And so he's minimized those changes so that it's as true to the core principles as possible. Whereas my projects tend to go off book quite a bit. So.
But you know what? There's a spot for that too. And
yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and it's not like it's worlds different, but it's different enough that that I think yours is going to appeal to a broader audience of Super Dungeon fans, because the problem never is with the game itself.
Right.
It seems. Okay, just a couple more questions.
Sure.
I think you kind of answered some of these without me asking, so I'm trying to pick out.
Yeah.
Is there an end date to this phase of WOSDEC? Like, I know you're going through Lit. I know you've got a couple more podcasts you want to visit. But, like, when are you going to close pre-orders and there won't be WOSDEC products to get anymore?
WOSDEC projects, as far as I'm concerned, will always be available.
Okay.
Because I own all the rights to everything. Like, it's literally all mine. Like, everything I've created is mine. So I can sell it for indefinitely. So I'm doing pre-orders until really the end of February. And because Lit is the beginning of March, the book ends pre-orders on February 6th because I need to order enough to get it in time to fulfill those pre-orders at a good time and to have some for Lit. So I'm going to cut that off at February 6th for the physical book. Someone actually did ask me, I don't know if it was a DM or somewhere else, but they asked if we were going to do more runs of the book. And I don't know. I would love to, but it's because I'm doing it myself, it's very expensive. Like, I'm making minimal to no profit on the physical books.
Yeah, it's a very tricky thing to get done, especially as an independent. And with how much people have complained about the pricing, and
right.
To be fair, it's not your pricing that's the problem. It's the world pricing.
Right, exactly. No, I 100%.
Yeah, and that's what people are actually complaining about without knowing it, because they're comparing it to other things from bigger companies that give weirder discounts, and then not everyone pays attention to where they get you, because we've had conversations about the shipping scandals.
Yeah, and listen, I'll just nutshell that quick. When I was doing the crowdfunds, I spoke to a major distributor, major warehousing company, major shipper, one of the biggest in the whole thing. And when I told them everything, gave them the dimensions, weights, like, yeah, we could do that for I don't know, like $15 for an all-in pledge, and then, $25 for this, And I was like, oh, really? I'm like, that seems really cheap. They go, yeah, and then you can charge whatever you want on top of that to make up more profit. And I was like, what? Isn't shipping? But apparently, a lot of these companies, they hit you with the low price point for these Kickstarters or whatever, and then they charge you $150 for shipping, and that's where they make their money.
Yeah, and that's how they can give you such lower discounts, especially as a bigger company that needs that to fund itself. Because they can manufacturing, because they're making that product on such a better scale than some that you can do. Right. You can't do. I'm just going to use an example. I don't know if it applies to them or not, but CMON, Cool Mini or not.
Yep.
Yeah, like they can do manufacturing on a scale that you and I can't dream of doing.
No, and I'm not going to lie. They're one of the people who I heard have done that in the past, where they charge ridiculous shipping.
I think we could go back and find it pretty easily. I don't think it's a big secret.
No, but because I have a guy, one of my Obor, actually, the real life Obor, is a big board game guy, and he's backed Cool Mini or Not stuff where he's like, So I went all in for $150, and then the shipping is $125. He goes, how does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's unfortunate when the shipping's almost as much as the product.
Yeah. So
sometimes you can't do anything about it. Like shipping dice around the country, it was a weird eye opener.
Dude,
recently.
shipping dice overseas is insane. $45. I'm shipping 6
bad.
dice. Well, maybe not.
Oh well, yes. Like for that little, like if you're ordering like a big pack of stuff, I mean, it was like 40. I thought it was fine for how much I was getting.
If you buy all the minis from me, to ship that, it's no joke. To I don't know, wherever Motlin's from, it's $85.
I think that's Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still kind of crazy. It's still pretty crazy.
Canada and Mexico hasn't been bad, but Europe, yeah. I've gotten some outrageous prices. But then, like I said to everybody, DM me privately, and I'll get you direct to your door based on what you want to order. And I shrink down the box a bit, or I repackage it here, and and we're able to get it down a little bit. But it's,
Yeah, I hate telling people to reach out to you, but I mean, like you're doing a lot for people there.
Yeah, but it's the all in. I'm telling you, man, there's not much I can do. It's like $85 to most places overseas, and I say that on average. It's not like 85 everywhere. Like some places a little more, some places a little less. So, but to answer your question, minis are going to be available as long as I want to do this. PDF is going to be free as long as people want it. Physical books, we're doing the run now. Will we do another one? It would have to be ordered in a batch, so I would have to do another pre-order for it.
Yeah, and
if there's enough of demand. And
I'm not trying to encourage people not to buy physical books, because I encourage everyone, go to Team Drew's Basement, pre-order it now. But if the time comes a year from now and you missed your chance, get the PDF and pro print it yourself. I mean,
yeah, and I will tell you, to pro print this like this with a hardcover is probably about $100.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to cost you more than now to get it.
The FedEx spiral print, $175.
You got like 2 of those, didn't you?
Well, the second one I got for free. The first one,
well, that's nice,
because the first one they left out the last 20 pages.
Oh yeah.
So they just reprinted the whole thing for me, but yeah, it was like, no, it wasn't that bad. It was like $150, I want to say, but it was expensive.
Yeah.
Granted, I did it all one-sided spiral bound, so I could do the notes, so it's probably more than it should have been. But again, you're still looking well over 100.
Yeah, it's not going to be cheaper. That's my point.
What other physical products do you have planned? You mentioned cards. So physical products right now is the book, the minis. That's it. That's planned. I'm not selling the cards. I'm getting a test copy of the cards printed through a certain website. And if it comes back good and I can share the project where people can just click on it and purchase it if they want to purchase it for their own uses, they can do that. I'll make no money on that. It's just, if they want it.
Yeah, so. And like I said, I'll work with them. And I'm pretty sure I have to double check. I'm pretty sure I made a video or like a tutorial on how to do it with stuff. So
yeah,
we'll help get things like that out.
All right. So what else you got?
As I think I have 2 more questions, and I don't know what your reaction is going to be, or if you have it on hand to show everybody. But where is the guy from the first adventure book on the cover? Like, where is he?
What guy?
Did he even make it in the big book?
What guy?
I call him Grunglesnake, but like, it's the guy with the gnarly teeth and the robe from the first adventure book from Liv.
Oh no, he's not in it. He's not in it.
It's the only thing I'm disappointed about in this whole thing.
I'm sorry.
And that's okay. Like, you didn't have to include him. I just really like him, and I want, or whatever it is.
The problem
I want that to be a thing.
So here's the thing: he can be a thing if I'm approved to be allowed to make more minis.
Well, let's make the card first, and then.
All right.
Maybe I'll pitch you an idea. I don't, because it sounds like you don't have an idea for him yet.
Oh, I do.
Oh, then okay.
But I can't do anything with him yet.
No, I understand your limitations.
Yeah.
That was my personal question, and surprisingly, this next one is not my personal question. This is literally from, and granted, he seems to be a fan of mine. But any plans for the TTS?
No.
No plans. Okay.
I listen. I barely use TTS as it is.
Mm.
I leave that to people way more capable than me to do that.
And it'll be a minute, but I'll work with you. I'd love to get you on there and play sometime, just to get the experience with it, so you know what it
No,
is.
I definitely want to do it. Last time we were supposed to do it, I 2 kids, bro. 2 kids
Dude.
who have been sick for the past 2 months.
No worries, kids are germ factories. I get it.
Dude, one in daycare, one in school. Forget it. It's just germs all day during the season.
Yeah, it's a. I almost always want to play Super Dungeon. It's one of the few games
Same.
where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna say no,
Oh shit.
but like I don't have the time, so it's like we got to figure out what works, because reality gets in the way of fun. That's just how it is.
No, 100%.
Yeah, but like I'm just looking forward to more. And until I get it, and then I could be like, this is great, this is fun. Oh, look, I'm dying. Yeah. So despite everything going on, I definitely plan on working and with the community and things and trying to get as much support for you as we can, and get it so that we can do stuff. And if you have any plans to do like this, or however you want to do it, games of WOSDEC with people, I'm definitely in.
Listen, I would love. You and I have discussed it before. I've been so busy trying to get this ready. I haven't had time to look at the logistics. I would love to do one where we have like a Discord roundtable where like I'll display the screen like the game table, and everyone just tells me what they want to do, and I'll move everything for you guys, and then you can roll on your own and whatever. But,
I'd be good with that. Yeah, and we could do cameras on the dice if people get silly about it. But
who cares? It's a game.
I don't care, but I'm
Yeah.
saying other people might, and be like, I'm fine. Like we can point the camera at a box and roll the box.
Oh, that is a good question. What are the physical products? So coming in the mail on Tuesday, I am getting the WOSDEC player dashboards in.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, those are coming in on Tuesday. I get to see what they look like. I'm getting 10 of them delivered. And if they are good, which they seem to be, like, listen, they're not going to be like handcrafted, wooden, stained and lacquered felt inside, but
did you ever get prototypes of those?
Which one, the wood ones?
Yeah, you had like a really nice design. Okay.
No, the wood ones did not work out. At least at a price range, people will pay for it.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just if you got some for you, but
no, he couldn't even do it. It broke the bit too many times.
Oh.
Yeah. So we do have these coming in that are 3D printed on the FDM printer. They look great, and I think that if they're good enough, I'll sell them for like $15-20 a pop. And they'll have the dashboard and the questing add-on that magnetizes to it. So when you get them, you just buy the appropriate magnets and you can do whatever.
Fantastic, yeah.
But again, I'll do a quick little post if you're on the Discord when I get them, just to see what they look like. I posted the test one; it came out pretty nice. But yeah, so I'm getting 10 of them in, so I can do like a full raid if I want.
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest just now so I don't forget later. Just do like a 30-second, 10 or 60-second video of showing them off and like how flexible they are and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that'll be exciting.
Yeah. So thank you, Dark Mew. I completely forgot about that.
Good stuff, buddy. And thanks everyone who came and like watched us talk about this
For 3 hours.
Oh God, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 hours and 6 minutes we're up to.
I doubt anyone stayed the whole time.
I think we're down to 3 viewers, so I'm pretty sure everyone bailed once they saw everything.
Yeah, and like you said, I'll try to make sure that we get timestamps and everything out, and we'll figure out a video tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you have a YouTube channel to plug? I can't remember.
So my YouTube channel got erased on accident.
I remember that. I just don't remember if you did.
And I haven't rebuilt it yet. I do have the one video uploaded there though, the playthrough, the narrative playthrough.
Okay.
But I'm gonna reformat that. I think when I start filming the new stuff, I'll rebuild that YouTube.
Okay. Sometimes even if you put it up unlisted, for like the stuff, it can be handy because I've got some of that.
Well, I'm gonna try and download this from Twitch if I can.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can, I'll upload this whole video unedited to YouTube.
Right on. And if you want it edited, maybe I can look at it. But...
Yeah, no, on that. If anything, I'll share it with you, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, like I said, but that's like for everyone else, that's the extent of me like helping. I'm not involved. I just am a very enthusiastic fan and a friend of Drew's, hopefully.
Definitely a
So,
friend and definitely appreciated. So, all right,
all
I
right.
think we should wrap it up here, though.
Yeah.
I think I need to go to bed. I think.
Yeah, I'm probably right there with you. We're both a little old, and you've got kids, so you're tired.
Oh yeah, and my kids will be up in about 6 hours. So
I'm so used. It's like muscle memory. I'm trying to like stop a word vomit of things to plug because I don't really have things to plug anymore. Just come join us on the Discord. Find the link
yes,
or whatever. Comment on wherever you found the link to come here, and we can get it to you. Come chalk with us. Go to teamdrewsbasement.com and order stuff.
please. Actually, I did get a pre-order while we were talking.
Oh yes. But yeah,
From
Yanthraxia, that dragon, Belia, and I'm just trying to think of like my favorite hero offhand. I like the bad guys more. That's me being a console player.
No, you know what? I only play arcade really at this point, and I'm still an enemy fan. Like my heart and soul went into Celeste and Belia.
Thanks,
Darkview, are you Quentin?
No, he ordered. He did the pre-order. Is what he said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is his name Quentin?
Oh, okay. I heard quitting.
Because if so, then yeah, that's him.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't want to like out people that much, but Drew Thalion. So not that like I'm that big a fan of Drew, but Drew Thalion is Toons. Toons is my favorite hero. Sorry, I forgot. It's Toons and then Opor and Chompers because I like the multiple models.
Yeah.
But the singles, Drew is probably my favorite because it's really interesting to see that simple of a mechanic work so effectively.
Yeah, I think Drew Thalion is obviously my favorite because it's me. But but like legit, I have to say, you know, I worked with Harry Berto. I don't know how you really probably say his name, Harry Berto. He helped me with the first half of everything. And then when I was able to do the second half of the minis, I got Celia, who is just, she's the best. She's so good to work with. She's very professional, very good. And again, Harry Berto, awesome, excellent. Nothing bad to say about him. Getting in touch with him was the only thing I'll say was the hardest part with him. Communication was tough with him. But, well, he's also, you know, super busy. But Celia has always been great, will always be great. And if I get to do more going in the future, I'm definitely going to have her keep going.
Yeah, lucky to get either of them, let alone both. So
yeah, well, that's the big thing. And people are like, oh, your minis came out really good. I'm like, dude, I got people who worked on their product. Like, and listen, Celia was recommended to me by Ninja Division, Soda Pop. They said, look, she did our work. You can absolutely use her. You know, we'll let her know it's all on the up and up. And they were great about it. So, Celia, thank you. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this or watch all 3 hours and 11 minutes of it, but thank you so much. You've been a gem. And at Long Island Tabletop, if you are coming, I will have a full professional painted display of the miniatures there, painted by Kate's Mini Cash. So she's absolutely killing it. And then I will have my version of them set up on the Weather Dragon table in the vendor area. So it's going to be everywhere at Lit. Banners, everything. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So, thank you. Whoever's pre-ordered, thank you. It's incredible. I promise you I'm busting my butt. A lot of the orders have shipped. It's a lot less orders remaining than I thought it was, which is good. Because I've been just consistently doing it without thinking about it. So everything should be out. The only things that and I said it today, if you have mini pre-orders and the book pre-ordered, if you're in the U.S., I'm just going to mail you your minis when I pack them, when they're printed, and then when the books come in, I'll send them separate. Because it's more cost effective for me not to have that stuff in my house and just get it out so I know it's done than to have to worry about holding everything, then putting a book in it and everything. I'm going to get book mailers specifically for the books too, so. And that's it. So, If you want your pre-order exclusives, such as the art print and Sir Sigmund, definitely get on a pre-order now.
TeamDrewsBasement.com.
Yes, teamdrewsbasement.com. Thank you. And that's it. I'm good. Dude, thank you for doing this with me. This was awesome.
Dude, honored. Honestly, thank you for having me on for it.
I told you got to move to New York and come play with me.
Dude, I'm thinking it's been a consideration.
Just move to New York and then you can join the group and we'll play every other week and it works out.
Oh, I don't think it could. But
It's all good.
All right.
But all right, thank you everyone. Have a good night.
Have a nice day.
And I'll do the outro screen now. Do I have an outro screen? There it is. The stream is ending, it says. And then after about 10 seconds, I click at stream. Thank you again, everybody, for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. Drommel, everybody, Dark Mew, Soul, Sixa, all of you. Borks, thanks